Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. How's everyone doing this morning? Um, Today we're gonna have a cool conversation. Hold on one second. All right, take that off. All right. So we're gonna have a cool conversation today. Um, Before I do that, let me finish this, and we can actually get busy. Okay. So the conversation we're gonna have is can the black diaspora be fixed? Let me fix actually something misspelled something. No. Give me a second. Can the black diaspora be fixed? I mean, can the black diaspora fix? Can the black diaspora fix their disconnect? Um, it's an abnormal question. The reason why it's an abnormal question is because we're dealing with Black Americans, foundationally Black Americans. What else? Africans, Caribbeans. The whole nine yards. You're dealing with a lot of people. Can these people be united as what people usually talk about? It's an abnormal question because seeing what's going on right now, probably not. Probably not. And I'm saying that just being honest, I don't think it can be fixed. And it's not that like I it's not that I don't have faith because anything is possible. But I actually in this generation right now, no. Mm-mm. Um, I know people want to do the unity thing, and even the Black and Brown coalition, and have allies and stuff, and they're telling Black Americans, "Yo, we need allies. Everybody needs allies if they want to win the war." But it comes to a time where it's just like, "Yo, you know what? We tried it, and with y'all, we can't do it. It's impossible. It is impossible to it is impossible to try to build something with somebody where when only time they want to build something is when they can benefit off of it or when they're in need of help. So it's a situation where you know what they will have to actually fight for themselves. Black Americans can do it. As I said, we are relentless people. The only way we lose is if you killed every Black American in America. You know, but it's impossible. Like I said, it's very impossible. Like it's so bad that they even try to change our history. And our history is what makes us. You know, but you know, in the long run, the people who are going to need help is probably Caribbean, maybe Caribbeans, but Africans, yes. The show that we did on Thursday, because I took Wednesday off. The show that we did on Thursday was is how their colonial adventure started. This is the reason why they are called Nigerians, Ghana, Somalians, Ethiopians, South Africans. You are holding the award of being colonized. You know, What's going on? Fresh. Always salute. You know. Y'all want to hear what I did? I did something super crazy today. No, yesterday. Um, I was paying for my what is it, the Vicron or something like that, where I guess they put things in order for me and stuff. You know, I buy a whole fucking year subscription and not pay for the, I guess the $18 one. Yo, I was so mad at myself. I was like, yo, what the fuck did I just do? You know, so it's because I looked at my bank account, I was like, $200. I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. It wasn't the best time of the moment, but you know, but yeah, it was $200 that I was going to use for something. Well, $150 I was going to use something for, you know. But it's all right. Fuck it, it happens. I paid my rent and all my bills. Like my bills this month was damn near $2,000. Um, because I had to pay my car insurance, I had to pay my phone bill, I had to pay rent. I paid half the rent. I had to get my taxes done. I bought a new game, and I had to get my car fixed because my fog light fogged out. And this guy's trying to take my whole fucking bumper off and say, "Yo, you need a whole bumper." What the fuck? I said, I'm gonna have one of the Puerto Ricans do it, man. You know, shout out to the Puerto Ricans. Right, not black. The name of your country. Yeah, it's crazy. Then when we trying to tell them that they're doing colonizer shit, like the word Africa, they get mad at us. Talk about, oh no, we the one who named it. No, it's from Leo Africano, Canis. So I think his name is Canis. Hold on one second. Hold on, man. Sorry, I missed your call. Hold on one second. Mm-hmm. 7:30. First come, first serve. No appointment necessary. Cool. But yeah, it's a headache. I will say that it's a fucking headache. Um, to me, it is. Um, yeah, it's just hearing like how Africans talk about Black Americans and stuff. And like this is why I say like, yo, I'm not gonna look too far into like blacks and Africans and Caribbeans coming together, even with certain Latinos. I wouldn't look for that because you're just pushing yourself towards a disappointment. I'm gonna be personally honest. It's gonna be a disappointment, you know. And it's like I said, it's not that it can't happen. It's just I doubt if it does happen. Especially with the mindset as of a lot of these Africans and these Latinos and these Caribbeans. And I'm gonna say this, that shout out to the Caribbeans because the Caribbeans are starting to make a delineation as well. So it's not like, oh, hold on one second. Sorry, I was called. Okay, but yeah, it's not like, yeah, it's something that's gonna happen and it's gonna bring us all to the fucking promised land. No, absolutely not. What's gonna happen? A lot of these white people, a lot of these white conservatives is gonna be tired of hearing reparations, reparations, reparations. Then I was like, yo, just give these motherfuckers reparations. Come up to a decent number and just give these people reparations. Like Africans are not fighting. All they're doing is fleeing. They're not fighting for their country. I understand if a lot of them would have stayed in their country and fought for reparations, fought for better policies, fought for their elections, but they're not. So certain things come with the game. So yeah. Um, I'll say this too. Give me a second. This nigga Umar's doing too much. But yeah, you be surprised, man. I don't think it's gonna happen, and we're gonna talk for another 25 minutes, and if somebody wants to somebody wants to call out, say their piece, they can say their piece. Only thing I ask you is respect the laws of the land and stay on topic. Um, and like the show that we had on Tuesday, this is the show where y'all can talk about foundational Black Americans. You know, and like I said, I don't mind y'all talking about foundational Black Americans, but at the end of the day, just stay on topic. Don't just be going everywhere like batshit and thinking that, oh, yo, you know what? He's gonna let me get. No, I'm gonna stop you. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You know, so like I have to stop y'all for a reason, man. It's not that I don't like you. It's just like, yo, y'all just be doing too much, and I'm telling you, like, just stay on topic. You know, and shout out to Kick, YouTube, X. Shout out to all of y'all, cause I'm gonna say this. Hold on, give me a second. And give me a second. Let's see if something comes up. Okay, but yeah, it's just like and this is just me. It seems like every time we have these type of conversations, and this is just me. I mean, when we don't have these conversations, and this might be just me, but a lot of Pan Africans, Latinos, sometimes FBAs don't stay on topic. But I'm gonna start making goals for myself every show, and I'm gonna do it starting today. How did I like the show? What I dislike about the show? What do I want to add about this show? Just the whole 9 yards. It's just I want everybody to stay on topic when we do talk about these conversations, because these conversations is very important, and it's definitely important to me. Shout out to thank you, Fresh, always. Yeah, man. Check the club. Yeah, you have to, man, because at the end of the day, I don't think people understand. I don't think people understand what's actually happening in this world. It's like this is a renaissance. Like Tariq Nasheed keeps on telling everybody this is a renaissance that is happening, but I don't think a lot of these people see that there's a renaissance, you know. I see it. I know the shit's gonna happen. I know that it's kicking in a lot of people's backs in, and a lot of people don't like it because they're excluded. But they have to understand that, like, yo, this renaissance is happening for a reason. This is a cause reaction for a reason. It's like this. Let's say I make this invention. You take this invention just because you colored the fucking outside of the invention. You say, yo, we all did this together. Nigga, you just contribute. Then when I call you out on your contributing, you get mad at me. There's an issue. There's a disconnect that is happening. And you know, a lot of Black Americans are seeing that this disconnect is a serious thing. People got to stop doing that, you know? But like I said, I am happy that this is happening. Um, Again, once once all of this stuff is finished, you already know Black Americans is gonna help, because you know a lot of these, and it's not to be funny. It's just a lot of Africans dry bag. You know, give me a second. What the hell is that? All right, give me a second. I don't know what the hell is going on right now. The only black disconnect is with the foundational Black Americans. The foundational Black Americans is nothing but a too fat. Tariq is trying to bring nothing but division in. It will never work. The FBA is compromised. Let me ask you a question. I'm glad you said that, Shabaka. What is the disconnect that FBAs are bringing? That's the question I have to ask you. We got 15 minutes to talk. Don't worry. We got 15 minutes to talk. At like 40 minutes. I mean, once the 40-minute mark comes, that's when we're gonna jump into the show. But explain. I'm not getting what you're saying. You're just telling me that there is the disconnect is FBAs. You know, but I'm asked the question is, what is the disconnect? What is the disconnect that the FBAs are bringing? That's what I'm asking you. You know, I have to ask you that. Because you said there's disconnect, and I'm like, okay, where's the disconnect at? And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that where is the disconnect that you are talking about? You know. I'll wait. I'll wait. Don't worry. I'll wait. You know. You like to? Can I ask you a question? Ever since I met you, I don't think I'd ever seen a lowercase letter in any of your in any of your live writings. And I'm not making fun of you. I'm just asking, why do you do that? Shabak is so crazy. I had to ask him that. Like, yo, why do you always do that? But yeah. So I just need to know where's the disconnect at. Because I personally don't see disconnect. You know, and this is just me, right? Right, not black. The name of your country. Yeah, facts. Hey, and the funny thing about it, I felt like I had this conversation with y'all before. And I probably did, no worries. But sometimes we have to go back on a question that we wrote, or we have a topic that we have talked about. And I might be doing that this week, going back on topics that we have talked about, so we can revise some. I think that would be a great thing to do, especially in this time. Give me a second. Mm. Yeah, especially in this type of time. I think we can. Let me see. The FBA is the mouthpiece for white supremacists. That's not Shabaka. That's not the question I asked. They can call blacks tethers with no repercussions. The FBA's hate immigrants because Donald Trump hates immigrants. That's not necessarily true. First, Donald Trump's wife is an immigrant. Second of all, we have no problem with immigrants. We're saying that we're not going to fight for them. We want to delineate for them. And I think you, especially you, Shabaka, I think you get distracted by the word delineation. You know, and it's cool to think what you want to think, but that's just your opinion. That's not even a truth. You know, that's your opinion. That's how you think I feel. I don't think that way. Do I think, like, you got to understand this, Shabaka? Black Americans know a lot of immigrants contribute to America. Am I right about that? Am I right or wrong about that? If any foundational Black Americans think I'm wrong, please say, like, yo, big nigga, you're wrong. Or Rosalind, you're wrong. Um, Immigrants didn't contribute anything. Have they invented or created anything? Built America? No, they didn't really build. They didn't really help us build anything. You know, contribute, yes. Reinvent, maybe. Invent a lot of stuff. No, Most of those inventions came from us. Has there been immigrant inventions? Yeah, there has been some inventions, but build America? No, absolutely not. Y'all just getting here. Y'all were getting here when the Irish were getting here in the 1900s. Or the late, yeah, in the 1900s. Just about the 1900s. I think the Irish came in the 1900s, I believe. So the Irish and the Dutch and the Italians. That's when y'all niggas was coming here. Y'all wasn't really coming here like that. And like I always say, were there some of y'all here? There was some of y'all here, but there wasn't a lot. Hold on. Let's see what he says. Anyone not calling not calling for unity and organization of African people worldwide or political or puppet. You cannot delineate from your roots. To delineate is to betray and turn your back. I'm gonna say this, Shabaka. This African roots that you're talking about. Let's say I am from the slave trade. Let's go there. Let's say I am from the slave trade. Y'all turned your backs on us. Last time we put it this way, the last conversations with you Africans was us in chains and y'all sending us to the white man. So all your roots and stuff, and we even found out on Tuesday that your roots was mixed and mingled. Them white, them European, not even just pure white. Them evil ass Europeans fucked your traditions and your culture up. They have taken your culture. They have turned y'all against each other. But at the end of the day, let me ask you a question, Shabako. Where is accountability on that? Where is accountability on that? Such as Nigerian and Benin. Benin that you always talk about. Nigeria turned on on Benin. That's how they got their country taken. You ever heard of the Nigerian War? Do you know why there's a Benin city in Nigeria? Once you find that out, you'll come back into me and say, if you're honest and honorable, you'll be like, oh, Rosalind, you were right. It wasn't me just trying to divide anybody. It's just, nigga, that this is the truth that happened. This is the history that happened in West Africa. Like, why does it have to take a black American man to talk about what's going on in Congo? And all they did was just change the leader. And it wasn't even a Pan African. It was a Black American or a foundational Black American. Because foundational Black American is just putting a name on a title. That's it. It's still Black American history. Foundational Black Americans is still Black American history. Y'all are trying to make it as what it is. You see how Umar had to retract what he said about Black Americans calling us pretendians. He had to say Black Americans or foundational Black Americans are not pretendians. He had to go back and say that. That's why I had to put that video out. I had to put that video out. I got, nigga, Umar, you fucked up, my nigga. I gotta drag your ass down this yellow brick road. Bullshit. Black immigrants were always with the black. No. Shabaka, we can't keep on telling this fairy tale lie. There was nothing accomplished without the help of all. No, yes, there was. They got America without Africans. Only thing Africans contribute only thing that Africans contribute was sending less than 400,000 Africans, probably less because a lot of them died, to America. Africans really didn't help. And this is why we had to talk about flat blackness. This is why every time we talk about my show, we have to talk about all my old shows. I personally hate talking about my old shows, but I have to because at the end of the day, it seems like some of y'all have amnesia of what happened. So it's like I said, Shabaka. Like you can blame Tariq Nasheed all you want, but at the end of the day, this is a title that a lot of Black Americans go by. And I know you hate it, and I get it. It's. You say yes. Africans has fought its way out of. No, not Africans. Black Americans. Y'all haven't fought y'all way out of colonialism because y'all still in colonialism. How the fuck y'all fight y'all way out of colonialism, and y'all still calling yourself Nigerians? I'm gonna say this, and I'm not an African or a world historian or ancient historian, but the only people who could actually really call themselves the names that they have is Ethiopians, maybe Benin because there was a kingdom of Benin or the Benin kingdom before the Europeans came over there and destroyed it, and probably maybe, if I'm not wrong, Ghana. Only three of those countries. All the rest was named after white people, after Europeans. Like we can't keep Shabaka, we can't keep on sitting here telling this lie every show. Like, do you have proof? Do you have proof, Shabaka? I'm gonna ask you that question. Do you have proof? You know, because I like put it this way, Shabaka. I fucks with you, even though I talk shit about you, even though I disrespect you, the whole nine years. I fucks with you heavy. I wouldn't let anybody do anything if there wasn't Black American, foundational Black American. But you have to understand, Shabaka, there is a disconnect in Africa. It is not from Black America. It's probably from the Europeans and Africans. That's the disconnect. Y'all always. Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. Let me see. Look at the film Civil Rights Movements. There were more than just Black Americans. Our struggles is international and universal. Pan Africanism is the only success. No, Shabaka. The civil rights put us in a situation. There's certain things they did help us with, but there is a situation that they have put us in. The civil rights has put us in because you know why? They wanted immigration over here. A lot of Black Americans did not want immigration over here. They wanted to fix what was going on in America before they even brought any more over here. Don't forget, you're sending people to America, something that they're gonna see as a fucking futopia. Um, you send them over here and you just adding on more shit to what was going on already in America in the 1960s. You know, and I don't. That's not true. Where you said all these immigrants was helping. No, because you know what? Martin Luther King went up to the AES and said, like, yo, we should all fight for reparation. He said no. The Africans said no. A lot of them said no. Their battle, your battle is y'all battle. We have a battle already over here in Africa to be fighting. I mean, to be focused on y'all. That's what they said. They said that. Black Americans didn't say that. Black American was trying to have a unity and a movement together. They didn't want it, Shabaka. They didn't want it. Now it's 2026. You see all these Asians, you see all these these Indians, these Europeans in your country, and they're just fucking shit up. They're stealing your resources. Now you want to have a coalition. It is not bullshit, Shabaka. This is not bullshit. No. Mm-mm. We don't even have a seat at the table at the AES. We never had a seat at the table at the AES. The Caribbeans just got a seat in the 90s. So what are you saying? Bullshit. Africans is named after Africa. No, it's named after Leo Africanus. That's where Africa was named after. It wasn't named after Africans. Yes, the name. They are not. Yeah. We gotta go down this yellow brick. We gotta go down this rabbit hole again, everybody. Give me a second. And you're gonna hate me for this, Shabaka, but I have to do this. You have to understand, Africa is a fairly new country, man. Because it was colonized. So when stuff like this is colonized, give me a second. So when shit like this is colonized, this is the type of shit that's happening, Shabaka. So here we go. So Shabaka, what's this man's name? Does this look like a black man? Does this look like a black man? Leo Africanus. That's who you named after. You named after. Yes. Shabaka, don't do that. Shabaka, don't do that. This is who you're named after, Shabaka. This is who you're named after. You're named after a Spaniard. And I thought he was Greek. This nigga's from Spain. Leo Africanus. That's who you're named after. So let me ask you a question. Y'all should not have any disrespect towards black people when they said that, yo, we're gonna call ourselves foundational Black American. When we say we're America, we are America. We are the most American to this country. Because you know what? When you call yourself African, that's what it's the same thing what you're doing. The laws are the rules are still the same, Shabaka. The rules are still the same, my friend. I'm just being personally honest. You can't get mad at me because what your peoples is called Leo Africanus. That's who you're named after. No. But yeah, it's a let me read it. Your ass would still be sitting on the back of the bus if it wasn't for the civil rights. No, because you know why? Before the civil rights, we started carpooling. We were fun. Let me ask you. I'm gonna say this, Shabaka. We were creating our own bus stations. I mean, our own buses, our own bus stations, our own companies. You know, so again, Shabaka, what you civil rights niggas wanted to do is wanted to be on the same bus as the white folks. Instead of having your own mom and pop's bus stops and the bus stations and your own communities, y'all wanted to integrate. Why do you think the face of civil rights, Martin Luther King, started to become a he started to become a radical? My man started to become a radical. Yeah. He created the word African, Shabaka. He created the word African. Y'all wasn't calling yourself African before that. Y'all was calling y'all Africa was not called Africa. I hope you know that. Do we gotta go down this rabbit hole again, Shabaka? We gotta go down this rabbit hole again. Shabaka, why you always do this, man? Then he makes me look like I'm an asshole. Okay. So before Africa was called Africa, Africa was called this. This is what Africa was called. Elkabenin. Instead of y'all going back to what it was called, y'all wanted to go to the word Africa. Elkabenin. That's what y'all was called. That's what the country was called. Mother of Mankind or Garden of Eden. Elkabenin. Bulan, sorry. That's what the Moors, the Nubians, the Nubianums used to call themselves. Non-European names. Non-European names. That's what y'all used to call yourselves. But hey, time changes. Shabaka, don't do this to me, man. You make me look crazy. But yeah, this is what happens, Shabaka, all the time, man. We had black cab companies and buses. This was in Mississippi, and they lasted till the early 2000s. Damn. Shout out to Renaissance women. Salute, salute, salute. Oh shit. Now you want to go to America? This is the thing I'm talking about, Shabaka. We're talking about what's going on in Africa. Don't try to deflect. What is going on in Africa? Let me tell you something. You're so proud of Africa. You have so much pride in Africa, but you use a colonized name. And you won't even admit that Africa, the word Africa is a colonized name. It's a colonial name. You know? Don't kill who's African was named out there. Bullshit. You know nothing about the civil rights. This nigga's still talking about the civil rights. Shabaka. Black Americans had their own shit before getting on the back of the bus. Once niggas tell us we can't do anything, we create our own shit. What the civil rights did, they fucked it up for us. They put us in a bad situation. You know? I'm just being personally honest, Shabaka. And look at, I'm being nice about it. You know? I'm being very, very nice about it. So, you know, it's... What do you want me to say, man? Who is Africa? Africano, Bambichi. I think you already said that. I already read that. Tariq has brainwashed your ass. And the thing about, yo, you know, every time with Shabaka writes something, I'm hearing Tariq the She's voice when he say, see, Tariq brainwash all of y'all. It's a goat. It's a goat. I'm just being personally honest. Shabaka, you're just doing too much, my friend. Let's see, bullshit, Leo. Let's give it a name for concrete. Okay, Shabaka. Okay, That nigga got more. That nigga got more issues than a fucking cookbook, man. That nigga's crazy. It's Tariq. He taking all you money, all your money. It's Tariq. Tariq. His name is Marcus. His name is Marcus. Marcus Sanders. Shabak, I can hear your voice right now, man. This shit's crazy. His name is Marcus. It's Marcus. Jesus, guys, is Marcus, man. He's very much. Oh yeah, what's going on, Ray Ray? Shabaka just yelling at me. He's going through he's raging on me right now. Rage Against the Machine over here. Fucking Shabaka Elbutu. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they do. They do. Yeah, it just Shabaka's crazy, man. And shout out to you, Shabaka. Yeah, yeah, you're kind of entertainment to this show and stuff, man. So kudos to you. Give me a second. Let's see. Shout out to Ray Ray. What's going on, Ray Ray? But yeah, we're gonna start this show in like 3 more minutes. But yeah, I gotta be personally honest. This is why we can't fix anything with the black diaspora, and I think everybody just need to handle their shit. If you can't handle your shit, if you can't handle what's going on in your country, then you know what. It kind of deserves what happens to you. You gotta learn how to defend yourself. You know nothing about the civil rights or Africa. We call the land of Black Africa. Oh yeah, I did it. No, yeah, I did it. Y'all called it what I just said. Y'all called it. Y'all did not call it Africa. No, y'all didn't. Shabaka. Y'all gotta stop. This nigga be always lying, man. Jesus Christ. I'm just being personally honest. Let's see. The black man had no rights before. Shabaka, what are you talking about? Niggas was fighting. You act like you was a part of the civil rights movement, my nigga. First of all, you was part of the Black Liberations, Black Army Liberations. Then you was a part of the civil rights. Like my nigga, what else you gonna be a part of in your like 70-year life, my nigga? Like you was born in like what the 40s or the 50s, probably. Like, come on, Shabaka, you doing too much, my nigga. My grandmother was born in the 30s. My grandmother's 87. My grandma's 87. She was born in 1937. No, she's she's 83. No, my grandmother's older than that. My grandma was born in, they said 37, so my grandmother's like 83. Yeah, my grandma's like 83 years old. Um, and shout out to y'all. You know, y'all know what I started doing with some donation money too. I just started giving that shit to my grandmother. I know she got Alzheimer's and shit like that. I just be giving her money, man. And I give her my money too once I get paid and stuff. I just be giving her money. And it's because I love my Grammy. And I say this, if you love your grandparents, just give them money, man. Even if it's like $20. You got money in your pocket, like, yo, I got $20, let me give her 10. You know. I just be giving her money, man. Like I'll be like, yo, it's so crazy. I'll be like looking to like, yo, what can I do with this room? How can I add on to this program and stuff? And I'll be like, yo, you know what? Let me throw my Grammy some money. You know, um, like shit. My grandmother came from Alabama. You know, had like 5 fucking kids and raised all of them. You know, some of them were good, some of them were all right. You know, some of them batshit crazy. You know, it's just she lived a perfect life and I think I this is the reason why like I go so hard on like these certain type of topics too because my Grammy's like mad dope. You know, give me a second. I apologize. Oh, my Chinese drama. But yeah, yeah, I just be giving her some money, man. You know, and she always got some money hidden somewhere too. And I know why and sometimes I just be thinking, I was like, yo, because she probably had Alzheimer's and didn't even know she hid the fucking money, you know. I want to buy her something nice, man. Before she passed away, I want her to live in a house with me, because my grandmother lost her house, I think, in the 70s or the 80s. You know, I was talking to my uncle Clarence, and that's my great uncle Clarence. That's my grandfather's brother. So that's my uncle Clarence. He was like, "Yeah, I remember oh, was that my uncle Ricky? I think it was my no cousin Ricky. I got two cousin Rickies, one on my daddy's side and one on my mama's side. My cousin Ricky, he's full with energy, big guy too, full with energy. Let me see what Shabaka said, because we're about to start the show. Shabaka. Tariq had a self-hate cult of people impressed by his celebrity. I'm sorry, Shabaka. I don't know why I keep on doing that voice. No, I was a part of the civil rights in the Black Power. Oh, and you Black Power movement. Oh, all right, man. You just doing too much, Shabaka. This shows how much you know about history and you and no white man history. Man, what are you talking about? I'm the one telling you about your history. Serious? It's ain't crazy. But yeah, yeah, my grandma used to have a house, so God forbid anything happened to her, I want her to live in a house. I don't want her to feel like she has to go back down south to buy a house. She could be right up here with some good health, with good hospital health and stuff like my grandma be over there with them immigrants. She be falling and stuff like that. Nigga, if somebody fall at my job, nigga, everybody getting investigated, especially me. You know, so it's just my mama put my grandma in a bad situation. And this is why I don't get along with my mama. It's not that I don't love my mama, but it just she just be doing some stupid old shit, man. And it's just like, yo, what the fuck? You got a mental psychology degree, master's, not even psych. It's not even a degree. It's a master's degree, and you just be doing some bonehead out of touch shit. You know, it's just. I always tell people all the time. I was like, yo, sometimes you just got to give it up. You know, you just got to give it up. You got to give up talking to certain people. You got to give up just trying to have conversations with these folks. It just doesn't make sense anymore, man. And like I said, I love my mama and everything. It's just she just does so much crazy shit that, you know what, I don't want to be around people no more. You know, I just don't like to be around people, and white people got me not wanting to be around people too. So white people will set you up at your job because they just don't like you. You know, make your life hard. I had to tell bitch, if you don't get away from me, bitch, you don't get away from me. God damn it! I just talked to you 10 seconds ago. Leave me the fuck alone. Like sometimes I gotta talk to white people like that, and it's because it drives me crazy, man. I understand if you follow me, but you have if you keep on just messing with me, yo, bitch, you just leave me the fuck alone. God damn, what the fuck? Who took the jelly out? Who took the jam out your donut? Like, leave me the fuck alone. The fuck? I did her with my director. She gave me one of these. Then she just started laughing when I said, "Who took the fucking jelly out your? Who took the jelly out your donut? Leave me the fuck alone. I don't know why you're bothering me. Let's leave me alone. Like I didn't do nothing to you. Leave me alone. So I ask you, leave me alone. I'm not a fucking animal. You can follow all the time. You know." That's why I didn't get. This is why I say, yo, we're gonna have a dope podcast. We're gonna have a dope and Shabaka, I need you to be on the show tomorrow too, because we got to talk about your uncle, your nephew, Dr. Umar. Is he out of touch with the black community? Because Shabaka, I think you're out of touch with the black community too, man. And this is just me being, just having a conversation with you. I think you're out of touch with a lot of black Americans. At least 80% of black Americans, I think you're out of touch. You know, how the hell can you tell me about history? I lived it. No, you didn't. You didn't live history. Shabaka, you was not down south getting busy. You was right up in New York wearing zoot suits and shit, my nigga. Nigga, you wasn't down south, Shabaka. You was you was in Africa. I don't know where you was at. You was probably where you was in Africa. You probably came over here when the Kangos came out. Like, yo, Shabaka. Why you always got me doing this shit to you, Shabaka? Jesus Christ. Let's start the show, So the first show I want the first give me a second. The first thing that we're gonna break down. This is I thought it was pretty dope. Let me see if I can make this a little bit. So we might have to do it this way. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. All right. So we're gonna do it like this. All right. This came out probably 2 weeks ago. Foundational Black Americans have diasporas, immigrants show their true colors. So I'm gonna say this, especially to you, Shabaka. This shit didn't just happen. This shit been around for a very long time. So, and I'm talking about the audacity of a lot of immigrants when they do come over here to America, when they say, "Oh, we're lazy, we don't like to work," this and that. Then and the thing about what they'll do, like what you do, Shabaka, your pocket watch. A lot of immigrants pocket watch me, man, and I'm like, yo, why you? They said, oh, you got a nice car. I was like, nigga, I got a 2014 fucking Camaro that's souped up. Like, nigga, are you serious? It's better than my car. I was like, nigga, because all of y'all get Corollas. That's all y'all want to buy is Toyota Corollas because they last forever. I'm buying for performance. That's why I spend money on my cars, You're about to buy a Tahoe. So this is the shit that I deal with Africans. You had a BMW. Nigga, I stopped buying BMW. I buy American cars now. Like, what's the problem? The fuck? What's the problem? Give me a second. You American. The white man loves other Americans. That's why they burn or flood every black American. Okay, so Shabaka, what are they doing to Africa? What has the Europeans have done to Africa? They're doing 3 times worse than y'all, and they're just trying to say they're civilizing y'all. So what is you saying? Dr. Umar can teach there's nothing wrong with his intellection. No, his intelligence. Where was luck? Tariq Nasheed was the one who put Dr. Umar on. Do you know that, Shabaka? Did you forget about Hidden Colors? That's when we really heard about Dr. Umar. Other than that, we didn't hear about no Dr. Umar like that. Shabaka's crazy, but let's start the show.
IGZ clothing was limited ultra shifters who were few more than fake. IGZ honor all gaming to purchase your energy. From powerful cultural graphics that honor our history to premium streetwear next to patent it's for those who know who they are. Don't just pass on your culture. Stand on your legacy.
Now, y'all, then we told these people, do not talk about our ancestors. We told them that. Nah, the girl who sat up there did all of that, making fun of slavery, cotton picking, and all that stuff. The girl from South Africa, I complain, y'all done end up passing away at the age of 27 due to depression. She done took herself on up out of him.
The ancestors got her, man. The ancestors got her, man. I don't think that was mental health. There's no such thing as mental health in fucking Africa. So nah, the ancestors got her, man.
And all that stuff. The girl from South Africa, I complain, y'all done end up passing away at the age of 27 due to depression. She done took herself on up out of him.
And black American people, can y'all please stop talking about what the white man is doing to hold y'all down? I got friends who couldn't afford tissue growing up, so they used to go in the bush and use a leaf to wipe their doo-doo, their shit. Where are they from?
I'm gonna say, hold on, what country you're from?
Country, Jamaica, and all of that.
Y'all niggas is nasty in Jamaica. Y'all niggas was doing that in Jamaica. I gotta say, y'all some nasty motherfuckers. Y'all was using a leaf to wipe your booty, nigga. Y'all niggas is disgusting. I gotta say that. Y'all need to be thanking the black man for creating toilet paper in the bathroom. Y'all niggas is crazy.
Just bought they girl Benzes this year. Wait, I don't know if all of them was wiping their doo-doo with leaf, but all of them came from nothing, and all of them got their girls Benzes this year. And it's not about the Benz or the bags.
Well, I'm sorry that you had to wipe your ass with leaves or whatever you got going on. Now, how about you take that money and go help your country?
Yo,
If things are so great for you, right? How about you take that money and go help your own country? The level of audacity you must have as any kind of minority person, whether you are Asian, whether you are from Africa, whether you are from the Caribbean or anywhere else in the world, right? Other than a European immigrant. Not even realizing that the reason you're able to sit in that car and talk shit right now is because of black Americans. Now let's get this straight. Black Americans are some of the most, if not the richest people of color in the world. And even historically in America, we also have bought land. So this shows you know nothing about black America. But following 1965, you were able to get into this country because of black Americans' fight. It feels so easy and comfortable for you because...
Shabaka. No. Dr. Umar wasn't known like that. Dr. Umar was known because of Hidden Colors. That's why he was globally known because of Hidden Colors. Because don't forget, in schools, they still to this day teach Hidden Colors. So you can't lie and say that Dr. Umar was known before that. No, he wasn't known. He was probably known in Philly. Other than that, niggas didn't know Dr. Umar like that.
We made it easy and comfortable. The boat that you are talking shit from is literally hoisted up on the backs of black Americans.
FBAs get a lot of hate, get a lot of dislike, disrespect, questioning, a lot of things, man. I scroll through videos. I'm seeing people saying FBA is a hate group. I scroll through lives. I see prompts of people having FBA on their prompt. Just a lot of things, right? And I totally understand. Listen, I totally understand. FBAs are hot right now. I totally understand the FBA is hot right now. Foundational Black Americans is hot right now. So I understand the dislike and the hate that the word FBA brings to the table. Totally understand. Get your money, get your coins, get your views. I totally understand. I'm not hating. But it's kind of wild. Now, I understand the immigrant class, like the Africans, the Caribbeans, and all these other people dislike the FBAs. But it's people from this land that claim all types of shit. You got the American Black Indians that got something to say about FBA. You got the freedmen people saying something about the FBA. You got Pan-Africans that got something to say about the word FBA. You got there's a new thing I'm seeing now with African Americans that from this land that got something to say about FBA. And it's wild to me. It's wild to me. Now, I always say, when I go at the Africans, I always say that they're tribal. But a lot of these people that I name are tribal as a motherfucker too. It's to the point where I can't even go in certain spaces because I say, well, you know, I claim FBA. No, fuck you, nigga. You ain't.
Hey, yo, Shabaka, I got a question for you. Thank you, Renaissance lady. I mean, Renaissance woman. I apologize. Shabaka, are you Daffa? Are you Daffa? I need to know that. DAFA, are you Daffa?
In
Oh
addition
shit.
to this land, you African. I'm like, God damn, nigga, I ain't African. Ain't nothing about me African.
Yeah, man.
It ain't nothing about me. And I just had to sit back and just think for a minute. Not all my people that I named are like this, but there's a lot of them that I see. And a lot of people don't
Oh
realize
shit.
that they are hating. A lot of people can dislike something, don't realize that they're disliking something. Sometimes I had to learn this.
The
Sometimes
Southern
people
rednecks
ain't got the motion that they think they got.
Southeast rising again.
Think about this shit. A lot of times people ain't got the motion that they think they got. If the word FBA is traveling all over the nation, all over the world, it is what it is. And a lot of people that claim to be all these things just ain't gaining traction like that. And just keep it real. It just ain't gaining traction like that. And what's wild to me, we all the same motherfucking people. Everybody ain't got African descent in them. Majority of us don't, in my personal opinion. That's just how I feel. I think a lot of us don't have African descent in us. I 100% believe that we are indigenous to this land. See, I like to make things simple.
What's going on, Dorsey?
I like to say I'm the descendant of emancipated people. That's where I roll on. Whenever we was emancipated on this land, that's all that matters to me. You got people on this motherfucker that go way back to the 1400s, and they see some.
Son, that is not popping like King Flex. You're crazy. Like, yo, you gotta understand, Shabaka. Sonetta is still trying to get up there. He's still trying to, tap them doors, trying to get in through them doors. Tariq Nasheed is already through them doors because, the resilience. This nigga been talking that Pan-African shit, that what's the other shit, that African shit for a very long time. Then find out the nigga's mother is a native to fucking New York. He's from a native tribe in New York. So it's just what you expect, he's native to New York. He wasn't no fucking. He had to explain, like, yo, I wasn't off no slave shit. He was like, yo, he's indigenous to New York. That's why I played that video of Sonetta saying that, like, oh, that's why you think I call Sonetta Pocahontas. Why you think I call him Pocahontas? And he always put me in timeout for that. Every time I was like, what's going on, Pocahontas? So, what are we talking about, Shabaka? What are we really talking about?
Caribbeans or some people from other islands or from somewhere in South America, and they hanging on. Well, I'm South American. I'm like, God damn, nigga. Who in your family that's South American? Who in your family right now that you can reach out and touch that's in the Caribbean island? Huh?
Shabaka.
Now, if y'all saying that I'm African or FBA,
I'm gonna be brutally honest. I look damn near better than 90% of niggas in Africa. So even the white ones, I look 90% better than them niggas. So me telling me to look in the mirror and say that we got a problem, my nigga. I look way better than them niggas in Africa. I'm in my country. The only place I could go is from Texas to Mississippi. You dumb fuck. Keep up. Oh, my man, Miss Red. Yo, Dorsey, what are you doing? Yo, this nigga Dorsey came out shooting everybody. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, everybody in Africa. Oh, nigga, go back to your country. Miss Renaissance. That nigga just came out just blaming at everybody, right? Just shooting at everybody, right, man? Dorsey. Oh, this is ready to go. Yo, Dorsey's crazy. Oh my motherfucking gosh, Dorsey's funny.
Claim Africa. Well, I'm gonna say y'all motherfuckers Caribbean and Haitian. Cause too many people. Now I'm starting to notice that's from this land, that's tied to this land, that's saying that we are Haitian. There's nothing Haitian in my motherfucking family. Okay?
Stop, I say.
Keep
peep
gang. Maybe you are Caribbean. Maybe you got some Haitian. Maybe you got some South American in you, and I respect it. But don't put that on me. I don't claim Africa. I don't at all. There's nothing in my family that's from that motherfucker. And I'm from Mississippi. From Mississippi. Jacktown, Mississippi. Family from the Delta of Greenwood, Mississippi. Some of my people were slaves. I'm not going to run on this motherfucker and act like, oh, well, we were free people. Cool, salute to you. My people were just, they were just slaves. Or as y'all say, prisoners of war. But at the end of the motherfucking day, your family, and I guarantee this, I stand on this, your family that claim whatever y'all was, and my family that claim whatever they was, that white boy still had his foot on our people necks at the same goddamn time. We went through the same fucking atrocities on this land. Y'all acting like some goddamn Africans now. Y'all say y'all hate Africans so much. You call us Africans so much, but y'all sure got that African tribal mindset. That shit crazy to me, bro. That shit is crazy to me. This how I look at it, that people, not everybody, but for the people that got something against FBA. I look at y'all like this. I had a partner, right? And I remember back in the day, now I'm an old school nigga. You know, I'm 43 years old, so.
Nigga, you ain't old.
But I remember when the 750s came
nigga out. Ain't old. Nigga, you still in your fucking prime, my nigga. You probably just never took care of yourself. This nigga crazy. He does got grandpa genes, but like my nigga, I'm 40, nigga. Hey yo, I be beating the brakes out of young niggas. I'm not even gonna lie. My uncle was doing that ever since he turned 50. When my uncle was 50, he was still beating the brakes out of niggas. Hitting niggas with glass bottles. Shoot, God rest my uncle's soul, man. But yeah, that nigga was beating the brakes out of people.
The 750 BMW, I remember that. My partner bought one. So I remember, man, used to come through the neighborhood, man. People used to be, looking at it, gawking at it like, damn, that motherfucker clean. But you always had people on the side say, oh, he must couldn't afford the 760. Why he ain't get the 760, man? That 760 do this, got this. It sound like this. It got all these things. He ain't got the 760, though. So I'm looking at the people that's saying, hating on his 760. I said, hold on, nigga, you got a 82 colors with no AC, and you got to climb through the passenger seat to get to the driver's seat. What the fuck you hating on about? You got a car with manual roll down windows. You got manual roll down windows. You got to do this type shit to get some air in your car. You get what I'm saying? You don't even have heat in your car. This man got 750. That's hating. And a lot of them don't even realize they hating. A lot of these people didn't realize that they was hating on the person with the 760. How you gonna hate on a person with a car that works, but you ain't got nothing even equivalent to that? Think about that shit. You ain't got nothing equivalent to that. You catch the bus. You walk. You bum rides. You don't even have gas money to get, but you hating on a person in the 750. That's how I look at it. So at the end of the day, I have no African in me. I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care if you call
and no Black Americans who are Iranians.
Your ass gonna be in line too. So we can stop the front.
Caribbeans, let's stop pretending you built this house. You just moved in and started rearranging the furniture.
Oh shit.
You're on TikTok right now trying to tell foundational Black Americans who we are, while the man who put FBA on the digital map, Tariq Nasheed, is trending across every panel, every For You page, and every stitch. And you can't stand it. You can't stand that he can give one nod, one pat on the back to an FBA creator, and the whole algorithm shakes. You can't stand that his approval carries more.
Yeah, niggas is jealous of Tariq Nasheed. I will say that. Give me a second, everybody. I think my uncle texted me. Just chilling, working on my craft. Settle the version, understand maybe. Hold on, I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, man. Yo, one thing I'll say, Tariq Nasheed, he does do that. He nigga. He changes the game. And I think a lot of people get mad because at the end of the day, they're scraping for they scraping for crumbs right now. I think that's I think this is what they're scared of, scraping for crumbs. When you scrape for crumbs, you're really not, explaining what's really going on. You can't tell your story because you're still trying to figure it out.
Weight in our culture than 1,000 comments from your "We All Indians Now" crew. You call him our leader because it's easier to hate a face than admit you're jealous of a foundation. He didn't make us. He reflected us. That's what burns you. Because you realize you can't destiny swap into our dirt. You can't archive hop into our lineage. See, foundational Black Americans are not a trend. We're the recorded descendants of U.S. chattel slavery, freedmen rolls, and the Black Native families that merged right here on this soil. Afro-Indigenous? Same bloodline, same land, still FBA lineage. American Indians with U.S. lineage? Distinct tribal nations, connected through history, treaties, and blood. Caribbeans? Your roots are powerful. Arawak, Taino, Maroon, but they are island roots. They do not grow from Mississippi clay or Virginia red soil. So when you step online calling yourselves American Indian and then attack FBAs for not doing the same, that's not solidarity. That's mimicry. And let's get historical for a second. Paper genocide erased entire families of Black Native Americans by rewriting them as colored or Negro. Their tribal names crossed out on government rolls. Their lineage buried under bureaucracy. Then the 1980s hit and new birth certificates started printing without race. Erasure 2.0. The only way to survive that was through documentation. Census records, Freedmen's Bureau files, Dawes rolls, our receipts. Now it's 2024, and the federal government just updated race and ethnicity standards again. Black or African American and American Indian or Alaska Native stand side by side, distinct and equal. That clarity protects our claims, reparations, cultural IP, and civil rights enforcement. Lose the distinction, and you lose jurisdiction. That's why the FBA name matters. The Black holds the suffering and survival. The foundational holds the land and labor. You can't delete either without starting another round of erasure. So when Caribbean creators hop on panels saying, "We're Indians too," it's not an invitation. It's an infiltration. You want the sovereignty without the struggle, the treaties without the trail, the recognition without the receipts. And when we don't go along, you get mad because it exposes the cosplay. Let's be honest. You didn't care about American indigeneity until FBAs started tracing their freedmen and tribal lines and reclaiming their paperwork. You saw the shine, not the sacrifice. You watched us clean centuries of dust off our surnames and thought you could borrow the glow. But a hashtag isn't a heritage. While you're busy making think pieces about Tariq Nasheed, we're busy making genealogical maps, building legal frameworks, and aligning our lineage to federal standards. That's the difference. You're performing, we're preserving. And for those of you who think we need to unite under one Blackness, Understand, unity without boundaries is just chaos with a drumbeat. You don't unify by stealing, you unify by respecting
I got a
origin.
question for y'all.
So no.
I got a question for all of y'all. It's a decent question. Do you think what we're doing right now is preserving our culture, preserving our lineage? Because I will say this is very important. Bronze we put in his nature war, continue code. Like to lie a lot. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question now, Black Snow Bunny King. Because I know you came here trolling. And I respect your trolling. But do you think worrying about Black Americans and you not getting your, do you think that holds you back from you not getting where you're supposed to be? You know, no worse than whiskey, drink, meth, smoking, white woman, $2 Indian on a dry reservation. Oh shit! Like, cause Black King, I don't mind you coming on my show and trolling, but at the end of the day, what are you doing? Let me ask you what you're doing. What are you doing for your Jamaican people? Because we know you're Jamaican, cosplaying to being a black man. So, what do you do for your people?
We're not all American Indians. Some of us are the foundational Black Americans whose ancestors were enslaved and native to this land.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to rename ourselves to feel significant. The soil already knows our name. If that offends you, good. Offense is often just the sound of a truth you tried to hide from yourself.
Let me tell y'all something, family. What happened at this award show is exactly why we delineated. You get what I'm saying? These people trying to steal our history, steal our heritage. I mean, this is why FBA exists, because of tethers. You see what I'm saying? These people have come over here for the sole reason of tethering. You know what I mean? To the black community, to us, to the foundational Black Americans. They wouldn't be able to do nothing that they doing if it wasn't for us. You get what I'm saying? Now they here, they done got a little money in their pocket. Now their true colors are showing. You get what I'm saying? And this is why they hate FBA, because that's one thing they can't tell the wrong to. You can't tell the wrong to our lineage, ho. You understand what I'm saying? Like, your lineage is your lineage. You know, you can copy our clothes, you can copy our accent, but that lineage, baby, oh no. You know what I'm saying? You didn't build this country, bitch. No matter how much you say that shit in your head, everybody knows you don't go back to the beginning of this country. And FBA says that loud and clear. You feel me, family? So this is why they mad. This is why they hate the sound of FBA. You know what I mean? Because they can't tell it no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny, you know what I mean? Because we can't tether on to shit that they doing. You know what I mean? They just, y'all still part of the African diaspora. Not really, because we can't get shit out of Africa. You know what I mean? If we was a part of the black diaspora, we would go over to we would be able to go to Africa.
Thank you,
Luli, get everything,
00.
not be charged extra prices, not none of that. You know what I mean?
And don't be a stranger. You can always just be in a live chat. My platform is not just for not for just YouTube. It's just a lot of YouTubers. They jump on the live chat, but we do see your stream. We still see your messages on here because I have restreamed. So definitely, get busy.
But they do that because we foreigners. They know we different, and that's okay. You feel me, family? That's okay. But we gonna let you know your ass is different just as much when you come here. Because you immigrants, and that's something that we do not have in common, baby. You understand? So family, y'all, we gonna remind their ass every time we come on this goddamn app. Yes, we are different, and that's okay, and you are too. Okay? FBA all day. Peace and blessings, family.
All right, what up, y'all? Let's talk about some of this tether hypocrisy. In order to do that, I'm going to tell you about a story about a homie that gave me a call earlier today. So my homeboy, comrade, I would call him, good brother. He's half FBA, half Jamaican. He's a writer. Like, he literally does things in the community that's a very respectable, phenomenal grassroots organization that he does in the community. Definitely not a tether. And we spoke before about the whole FBA, non-FBA, the rhetoric, things like that. And, you know, he was kind of on the fence because he's not a tether and he didn't really like the smoke and, you know, stuff like that. It was an understandable thing. But he gave me a call today. And he was like, yo, I just wanted to let you know something that happened. I thought about you, is what he said. So one of his family members is getting married to, or is married to, a non-FBA. And they're in California. And they're trying to get this loan. It's like $150,000.
It already sounds bad. It seems like somebody's grinding for a green card over here. I'm going to be personally honest. It seems like somebody's grinding for a green card. Yeah. I know niggas who called fucking ICE on niggas' family members. So I already know how it's gonna go down in California. Them niggas don't really fuck with black people like that.
Down payment little situation in California. But in order to qualify for this loan, you can't have any parents who own a home that are American. You have to be an immigrant in order to qualify for this loan. So now he's trying to put his wife on there so that they can wiggle through the process and get the loan for $150,000 down payment for a house. Now, in the last video I did, I told you that the most common way that wealth is handed down and that millionaires are made comes from home ownership. You buy a house, especially if you're in Seattle, you buy a house, it might be $600,000. By the time you retire and hand it down to your kids, it's worth $1 million. You just made a millionaire and you just passed down generational wealth because a home is an asset. So he was like, yo, it made me think. I understand why the FBA cats are saying what they're saying, because there's a specific targeting against FBA specifically. There's specific hurdles and challenges. And then there's handouts to cats who aren't FBA. This is what they're doing systematically. And I told him, yeah. And I said, it's not even that they're getting these different types of handouts or whatnot. That's the most infuriating.
Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. Do you think Africans are getting handouts in America? I want to ask you, you too, Black King, do you think Africans and Caribbeans and other immigrants are getting handouts in America? Because I'm about to sign up for a small business loan too. I just got to put out a plan together. So yeah. And Dorsey, you can answer this question too. Do you think immigrants are? Anybody can answer this question, but the reason why I target Black Snowbody King, and Shabaka is because they're pro-immigrant. So I want to know: do they think that they're getting are they getting business loan? Are they getting handouts? And I'll be right back, everybody.
The worst part about that is not only are they getting these type of handouts, but then when we speak about reparations or when we speak about different tangibles that specifically for us, they gaslight us. They tell us we're begging for handouts. We just need to work on our own and pull ourselves up from our bootstraps. I said this earlier. We can do that. We can pull ourselves out of our bootstraps. We can, even with the challenges, still be successful. We can still do our thing, even though there's obstacles, but there shouldn't be these obstacles. There shouldn't be specific obstacles, which there have been systematically for centuries, that plague us specifically. And just because we still can prosper with these challenges doesn't mean we shouldn't be trying to remove these challenges. But back to the main point, it's not just that they're doing things like this, these kind of programs that are only for immigrants that we can't qualify for. It's that they get these things and then they tell us what we shouldn't be fighting for ourselves. See, that's the most disrespectful part. I get it how you live. If you got some things, some opportunities that you can take advantage of, do that. But don't come here and do that and then tell us that we're not working hard enough, or tell us that we're asking for handouts and free things, when the only reason there's that type of wealth is because of what our ancestors did. The only reason you're able to come here is because what our ancestors did to fight for them to come here. So when you come here and you take advantage of programs that you have, but then you throw it in our face that we're trying to achieve tangible specifically for us, and you gaslight us, and you tell us we're being xenophobic, and you tell us that we're not being united. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. So I'm glad he called me and let me know that. I'm glad that him and other people are starting to get understanding. Like I said, these conversations aren't going to be always comfortable, but they must be had. We have to have these different kind of conversations. It is what it is. And it's going to be messy at first. You might come off this disrespect, this you don't this in your homeland. That's it.
You're not even a black American. I went on your page. You're a whole white person, a whole white guy who has some obsession with communists and giving commentary on Tether. This is what I'm saying. A lot of this whole FBA movement, these are very right-wing nationalists. Like, that's the reason why they have very lazy thinking. That's why when you apply facts, they reject it, because they're not intelligent and they're just trying to push agenda. So it doesn't matter the documented history. These people don't read. These people don't care about that. They care about pushing messages. This is actual loser behavior. Like, this is how these people operate. That's why these FBAs, they sound similar, because game recognized game.
Yo, so I made a video saying to stop talking about diaspora wars because it's just jobless discourse. But I want to talk about this specific talking point because it's very stupid. Like, take a white European person or a Mexican person that comes to America and has kids over here. Those kids are not really going to grow up with the greater, wherever their parents came from, culture, because they are in a new country, meaning that they will be socialized to be American. So when it comes to black people, when it comes to Africans who have parents that are from other countries that came here, me specifically, bro, I have not went to Gambia. I haven't went to Gambia yet. My little brother went with my mom, but I haven't had a chance to go just because of my scheduling. The only thing that makes me Gambian is my ethnicity. So my greater point of that video that this person replied under is that in America, we are all black. My whole point is we should stop fighting. It's so stupid. Like, we all experience racism here.
These FBAs keep calling me a tether. Am I a tether? Oh, you mean? You have rope and ball come out of your forehead? About tether, about blood clot tether, idiot thing. What do you mean? I can't even take it seriously. My sister, please, what is this? What is this nonsense? Nonsense, I beg. It's nonsense, my friend. I promise you, my Chevy Dodo, it's nonsense. I promise, yeah.
She's probably from Nigeria. And I'm gonna say this because these Nigerians have this type of sense of humor, and it's weird. Like, I used to fuck with a Nigerian girl with this type of accent and everything. You could tell the difference between an Eastern African and a Western African. So there is a difference. Yeah, you could tell the difference.
¿Por qué tú mirando a mí? Yo no soy un tether. Yo no sé qué es un tether. ¿Qué carajo es un tether? ¿Qué carajo es un tether?
We know. Fat Joe is an anti-black tether as well. He's an anti-black non-tether. We need a term for the non-tether. Technically, you can't be a tether if you look like us, but that's the only fitting term I can use because they really cosplay as black Americans. But these non-blacks who use black American culture.
Homegirl, that's easy. It's called white Hispanic. Niggas are white Hispanic. And I have been telling people that, and people been taking offense of what I was saying. I've been calling I'm putting it this way. I said most of these Latinos, they're white Hispanic, and there's nothing wrong with it. But at the end of the day, we're not going to fake like they're Taínos and everything. And don't forget that they were genocided. It's like saying like, oh yeah, a nigga talk about he's a Canaanite and fucking God killed them all off. You know? This is the same type of situation. It's just stealing people's cultures right now. Because put it this way, are there still Taínos left? Absolutely. I'm going to agree that some Latinos are Taíno Indians. But we can't have the vast majority saying that they're fucking Taíno Indians. Not knowing that, like, yo, they have been killed off by the conquistadors. You know, so this is where I take offense to, because it's not that I don't believe Latinos are Taíno Indians. I don't believe a lot of y'all are. If they are, it's mostly the dark-skinned ones. Not the light-skinned ones, not the ones who put it this way. I know that, let's see, Alex Pereira, the UFC fighter, the dude who's, I think he's light heavyweight champion right now. I can tell that he is native to that land. And the reason why, because he carries his culture. He doesn't carry Brazilian culture. He carries his native culture. He still to this day goes back to natives' lands. And before his fight, he soaks into the culture. This isn't just entertainment. This isn't just like, just faking it, but that's his culture. Does he probably have like European, maybe Africa, maybe, who knows? But I can tell he has indigenous culture. Even though his last name is Portuguese. The first thing you notice about Alex Pereira is his culture. What he does, how he talks, the way how he carries himself. So at the end, he don't carry himself as like a regular Brazilian. So this is where I have to say, and this is why I get on Latinos, because at the end of the day, this is not me kicking your back in. This is me inspiring. If you are indigenous, if you really are indigenous, show your indigenous culture. Stop showing your Hispanic culture. Stop showing your colonized culture. Stop code switching. You don't have to code switch.
Come up, you know that he's been exposed as being an anti-black racist at this point. But now he got Wale up here, who Wale is actually Nigerian. He's a tether as well, actually, because I didn't know that nigga was Nigerian for a minute. Okay, I think I learned that a few years ago, but like the beginning of his career, I thought he was FBA. I thought he was a black American for sure. At Joe's podcast, and Fat Joe asked him, "You African or you African American?" He meant that.
No, the nigga look African. He looks African. And he's a scammer because he was supposed to pay Roscoe Dash. Him and the little Filipino nigga was supposed to pay Roscoe Dash. And they never paid Roscoe Dash. So, yeah, he got scamming ways. And I wouldn't be surprised. Hold on. I wouldn't be surprised if the nigga's a Nigerian. I don't know who he is, but he looks Nigerian to me.
FBA, because he don't want to use FBA because he's anti-black, but we know what he means.
African American, or are you African? I'm African. We are African.
Now, why would you say that? Wale, now, why would you go and say some shit like that? The fact that he's still trying to hide behind the Black American facade and be like, oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, we all African, right? No, nigga, we not. But it's funny that you getting that nervous again in front, and Jadakiss is a Black American. You getting real nervous around a real Black American and a non-Black cosplayer over your own ethnicity. Why is that?
The civil rights movement did not start in America. The fight for black freedom began long before the civil rights movement in the USA. Even though they did do a lot, but it is important. I'm just going to list through some of the most important ones. So first we start off with my country, Jamaica. Now Jamaica actually influenced key figures in the American civil rights movement, such as Malcolm X. Now if you know Malcolm X, he wanted Pan-Africanism, and it is said he was influenced by Marcus Garvey, who's actually from my area in Jamaica. And his ideology and his existence is long before Malcolm X. Malcolm X's father, Earl Little, was a very passionate follower of Marcus Garvey. And also his mother is Caribbean, and she also shared those views with him, Malcolm X. Now, long before slavery ended in Africa, they actually resisted the colonizer. So the Ashanti Empire, from Ghana, they resisted the British Empire. Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia, he fought against the Italians because the Italians did try to colonize Ethiopia, and he won that in the battle of Adwa in 1896. Now later on, don't you forget me, I already talked about the Jamaican slave revolt. The Haitians are legendary, the Caribbeans are legendary in that. In Zimbabwe, my favorite, who actually achieved liberation with some consequences because of that. So their leader also believed in Pan-Africanism, and they took up arms in like the 1960s due to the white rule called Rhodesia, where there was 5% of whites settled a colony, and that colony was like, they were the minority, but then they controlled the land, the economy, things like that. So they took up arms, and now they got their independence, but then, the leader then slightly became a dictator only because he started to give the land to his friends and stuff like that.
Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. Also, only way you can comment in the live chat if you are a subscriber. So subscribe. If I didn't do it, hold on, let me check everyone. Yep, a subscriber right now. It's to subscribe. And also, if you want to donate, I put in the live chat, the Cash App, and also the Streamlab. But I do have a super chat, so hit the super chat if that's a little bit more easier for you. So that's why I did get the super chat, because y'all said it's a little bit easier for you. So yeah, we getting busy with the super chat. Like I said, it goes to all my projects and updating the area of the show and stuff. So yeah, so definitely donate. Donate. If it's a little bit, it's a little bit. I don't mind. It still contributes to the place. And also too, I do give my own money as well. So don't think, oh yeah, this nigga just using everybody else's money. No, I put my money into a lot of stuff. Mostly I put my money into I put like $3,000-$4,000 into this area right now. I just got a new screen. I'm thinking about doing some more. I just bought a new desk. I bought a smaller desk because the other one was like super huge. So yeah.
Because he owed them back. That is actually a long story which I want to go into as well. Then you had South Africa, which the apartheid system started in 1940s, way before big main civil rights movements in America. In the UK, there was the British Black Panthers, and then there was Notting Hill riots, which was about racism as well, as there is a lot of racism inside UK, but it is hidden. Then you had in India, people were rebelling against the caste system, and it's called the Dalit movement, and this is from the 1920s onwards. In the UK, in 1919, there was also revolt or race riot against racial discrimination due to Caribbean soldiers, what they faced. You had in Senegal, they resisted French colonialism, like Blaise Diagne. Sorry man, I'm saying the name wrong. He fought for African rights before World War II. The author of Black Skin, White Mask was from Martinique, and he also was with Algeria, and he also
I got that book too.
Now there is so many to go over. However, what this is trying to just show you is that there can't be any divide. We're all one people, bro. We must all respect our individual traditions. For example, I am Jamaican. I like that I'm Jamaican. My ancestors, they were African. My national hero, Nanny of the Maroons, she's from West Africa. But we have made a culture of our own. But there's a little bit of xenophobia sometimes going on. There can't be, because we are all one people.
There is no such thing as a foundational Black American.
There's no such thing as FBA.
I hate to break it to you.
I regret to inform you that the FBA don't exist.
Nigga, what's up with
More
the G?
African Americans are aware that the FBA is bullshit.
This is going to drive some people crazy, but there is no such thing as foundational Black America.
This movie was a very interesting opportunity for me to do some research about my lineage. You know, me being a foundational Black American. You know, my family has been here, you know, for over 400 years.
Society here in Florida who reminded me that Byron's mother is Jamaican, he is Panamanian, and they found it quite insulting, in their words, that he would try to claim victimhood of slavery without a single descendant of American slaves in his family.
I like those foundational guys.
They're so good.
Rick Nasheed and all. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but like they've got a perspective. If your family's been here 400 years, and the descendants of a lot of American slaves or families have been here 400 years, I don't know. I think that gives. I'll listen to you. Like you've got, you've got a point of view that is legitimate.
I'll say this out of the defense. I just think when Tucker Carlson said that, yeah, he is right, but I think he's just trying to get brownie points. I will say that he is trying to get some brownie points. No, because niggas been kicking that niggas back in for like probably a whole decade. So yeah.
Yeah. And they're unequivocally heritage Americans.
That's for sure.
100%.
They're definitely heritage Americans, if anyone is. And, you know, someone rolls in from Ghana and like, you know, gets an MSNBC slot, starts speaking on behalf of Black people. It's like, shut up, honey. You've got nothing to do with this.
Right.
That's
Literally.
a fair perspective,
Right.
I think.
And so it's good to actually see them call them out for that. But secondarily, to actually go out and try to gaslight us and think that you're just one of those guys that has been here, you know, since the early 1800s and your family was in the struggle too, you're not. And that's a very interesting term that the foundational Black Americans use. It's called the tether. They're tethering. They come here literally one generation in, and they try to just sit around and act so folksy that we're all part of the same struggle and we're all down. No, you just got here, dude. Like the Haitians, like the guys from Ghana who just got here, you don't get to just be a part of our system and then lecture us.
Now let's talk about this tether term that these foundational bitch asses tend to use in America when describing those of us that are Black but of another culture. You would be the tether. You piggybacking off of us. We still rich in traditions that have been in place for hundreds, if not thousands of years. You the one with a culture that changes every 10, 20 years. Your ass is the tether, not us. Don't you ever come to my page or any of my mutual.
This is the shit we're talking about, everybody. This is why I asked you, like, can we fix this? To me, I don't think this can be fixed. Only way this can be fixed if they go back to their country and fix it, or they fall in line. You know, damn, Dorsey, why you didn't tell me earlier, man? Jesus Christ, honestly. Maybe after the show, if I have time. I'm trying to get through these videos too, and let me see how far. Yeah, this video is mad long. All right, we're gonna get through the next one. I'm gonna see if I can get
tethers
through.
To Blacks. Y'all the tether. What culture do you have besides clothes? What's your official food? What's your official language? You don't have any of.
But let's get into this. Yeah, that was pretty long, but I'm back.
Subscribe. Darling Radio. Like and subscribe.
You're about to be lying, Miss Renaissance.
Let me shout out some of the family. Recco, respect to you. Sir Mike, respect to you. Mel Rose, thank you for the gift. TXZ, respect to you. Chill Will, respect to you. Ebony Dean, respect to you. Spooky Act, respect to you. Ty Powell, respect to you. Cloudness, respect to you. Audio Dictat, I think that's your name. I can't see worth a damn. The most El Boogie, respect to both of you. Cloudness again, respect to all of you. All right. Shout out to the family. Oh man, first thing we got to talk about family, and y'all share the room, share the space, let everybody know that I am live. Everybody share the room and share the space. Family, did y'all see ABC News did a story about 5, quote, African American doctors? This is ABC News. In the story, they talked about these African American surgical residents. They are leading the trauma hospital area at Johns Hopkins University. And it talks about this is the first where you got, quote, they kept using the term African American. They kept talking about the first African Americans to lead the trauma unit at Johns Hopkins. Okay. And most of these doctors, when you do some research, a lot of the family was doing research because it seemed kind of odd. The story just, okay. It's kind of an odd story. Okay. The first doctors to lead the trauma unit at Johns Hopkins. Now, one doctor's named Dr. Lawrence Brown. We don't know where he's from, but some of the other doctors, Dr. Zachary Numa, that's a non-FBA name. Dr. Chiyombo, Dr. Samuel Umuja. So everybody said, hey, wait a minute. They're propping up a lot of non-FBAs here.
Oh my God.
Very interesting. Yeah, these doctors, most of them are non-FBAs. Their family, I don't think that's a coincidence.
No.
That's why the story just seemed weird. It just kind of a crowbarred story in there. And family, we've been seeing this a lot. I've been seeing for Black History Month. Have y'all been noticing? They've been bringing...
Let me ask you a question, Shabak. I'm glad you said that. Since we're racist, what do you think these white supremacists is doing to each other? They have been attacking each other, Shabaka. So now you got to speak on that now. Since you like to speak on foundational Black Americans, why aren't you speaking on white crime? Or even on the uprise of the white on white crime, as I talked about before? You know? That's what I'm asking you.
Up African history, stuff happening in Africa. They've been crowbarring Caribbean stuff in Black History Month. They've been crowbarring Afro-Latino stuff in Black History Month. Have y'all noticed this, ladies and gentlemen? This is not by accident. See, what they're trying to do, this is the play we're seeing, and this is why we have to stand on FBA history business.
Thanks.
Black History Month, they're quietly trying to redefine it from a lineage-based history to a pan-Black aesthetic.
Thanks.
Black History Month was created to document the specific history of foundational Black Americans. It wanted to talk about what we were going through under slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, civil rights. That's what our good brother Carter G. Woodson wanted. Media outlets, they've shifted it now into a vague celebration of Black excellence with no requirement of American lineage. So this allows a lot of the non-FBA stories to come on in and dominate while our stuff gets buried. And understand something. Media institutions, they're more comfortable with celebrating Black people who were not descendants of U.S. slavery and freedmen. See, foundational Black Americans, we forced the country to confront legal culpability, ladies and gentlemen. Reparations, land theft, generational debt.
Convo.
And people you owe, you want to kind of see them go away. When you know you owe somebody, if they quietly just go somewhere and just disappear, that would work out great for you. You see? African, Caribbean, Afro-Latino stories are safer because they don't carry that direct claim against U.S. institutions. You see? So elevating them, that dilutes accountability. And that's why these tethers are always talking about what we shouldn't get. You notice that? The minute a tether get a damn platform, they talking about what we don't need no reparations. They know what the assignment is. They know what white tea mommy and white tea daddy wants to hear. Let them get a megaphone, a platform, a microphone. We need to stop begging white people. We don't need no reparation. That was so long ago. They know what their assignment is.
I'm gonna say this. You see how Shabaka is quiet when those type of conversations are happening, because he knows true about what these Africans have been saying. They are still controlling FBA. No, Shabaka. The question I have asked you: why haven't you said anything when these conversations with these immigrants be happening? You know, that's my concern with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see, black stories, foundational black American stories, are politically inconvenient to a lot of these people. See, immigrant stories are politically useful. See, FBA history, that leads directly to questions like, okay, who built America? Who's owed reparations? Who's qualified for lineage-based policy? Immigrant stories, they try to frame them all as bootstrap narratives. Oh, they came over with nothing and worked their fingers to the bone and got this. And as we see, that's a myth, because these tethers and other people come over here and run scams and finesse games left and right. So all that coming over with nothing, no, you're elevated when you get here. With our tax dollars and our civil rights moral structure. See, in the media, they like to use black as a racial costume while stripping it from the historical specificity. See, blackness is treated like a visual category, not like an ethnic lineage. They like to just, okay, that person has melanin, so they can represent you. So that allows...
I think, and I'm going to say this, that's where the white supremacy comes in. They have told these immigrants that they can talk for black Americans, not knowing that. And I'm going to say this. I don't fully blame white supremacists, because they know as much. They know so little. You know, them niggas ain't that real. They really not the smart ones. You know? That's why they keep on yelling the small hats. They're not that fucking smart, you know? And this is just what I think. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the pill that I'm looking for. Oh, right here. Yeah, they're not as smart as people think they are. We don't want to hear about the IQs and all this other shit. I want to hear about, okay, my nigga, what have y'all done? You know? And this is just how I look at it. I always looked at it this way. I never had, and like I always tell people, I don't have a problem with, you know, niggas getting busy. It's just, nigga, what are y'all niggas doing? Why are y'all calling us for help now? You know?
The media outlets to replace foundational black American history with foreign origin stories, while still claim they're honoring black people. Yeah, we're celebrating Black History Month. Look at Dudu Tunde. Look at what he did. He came over with $3 and became a doctor at Johns Hopkins. See, that's the game they play. So understand something, family. See, foundational black Americans, we're the only group whose success threatens existing power structures. See, when we succeed, it exposes that whole myth of white meritocracy. You understand? It exposes that lie that America rewarded its builders. It destroys the myth that we were lazy and we were psychologically inferior. Whenever we show success on our own, it always has to be downplayed. Because
can I even go even further? The white supremacists got handouts. They got reparations. So we can't act like they didn't get it. They did, you know? So yeah.
Because it busts up so many myths and stereotypes. You see, now Black History Month, it's been basically corporatized and sanitized. See, a lot of corporations and networks, they want feel-good, non-confrontational content. Foundational Black American history, really, it's inherently disruptive. It involves slavery, violence, theft, state, policy, and immigrant stories are easier to package, easier to sponsor, easier to celebrate without controversy. You understand? And African and Caribbean narratives, they frame those as diversity, while our narratives as foundational Black American, well, that's divisive. Why would you focus just on you? What about everybody else? Do you hate everybody because you don't want to be involved? We get all these guilt trips when we want to center our own history. We want to center our own accomplishments. Then we get a damn guilt trip. Yeah. When we speak about lineage, delineation, reparations, we're divisive. Immigrant groups start advocating for their own interests. It's called representation. Yeah? And that erasure is strategic. It's not accidental. This is the same ABC News that ran a story about foundational Black American history, ladies and gentlemen. They got a phone call to take it down. Now, you can't unbroadcast something that's already out there. Millions of people saw it. Thousands of people saved it. But just understand this. Something that centered foundational Black American history, they took it down. Somebody gave them a call to take that down. And now they're promoting all of these immigrants for Black History Month. So this is some stuff coming from the top, ladies and gentlemen. This top-down erasure. See, that showed editorial intent. So institutions, they want to choose narratives that broaden Blackness while shrinking foundational Black American visibility. It is up to the grassroots to stand on lineage business, hard body. You understand? They're trying to replace and erase foundational Black Americans. Why? Delineation is working, ladies and gentlemen. If FBA history did not have power, there would be no effort to replace it.
Yep.
So them trying to crowbar African, Caribbean, and Afro-Latino stories in the Black history, that's a reaction to the growing insistence of lineage. We're talking about lineage and accountability. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is this sound? Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on. I hear a toy in here that's making a noise. Y'all have kids. Some of the kids' toys be making noise in the middle of the night. I'm sorry. Yeah, it'd be scary as hell sometime. Especially like if the battery's dying or something like that. It hears some, because we got a lot of Cocoa Melon. My daughter, and she loves Cocoa Melon, so we got those Cocoa Melon dolls. We got the doll JJ. JJ is the white doll. Cody is the black doll, and I think they deliberately named them like that so it wouldn't be stereotypical. The black doll, I always get them mixed up. I think the black doll name is JJ because he looks like a JJ. But the white doll is JJ. The white character is JJ, and the black one is Cody. So I guess the creators say we don't want to be stereotypical. Yeah, so hold on. Hello, Annabelle? Like, is this motherfucker? Come on, just hello. Okay, well, wanted to get on, hop on. Let's see who you are.
I'm on.
Hop on, get on camera, ma'am.
I don't want to get on camera right now, sir.
Why not? Because people who don't want to get on camera usually is going to get into some trollish nonsense.
I'm not getting into no trollish nonsense. I'm here for the answers that I got to ask.
Got it, but why don't you get on camera? Get on camera though.
Because I just told you it's 2 a.m. I'm in my bed.
You gonna look
the
the
light
same
is
way.
off. It's all right. But you
look
don't
the
even.
same way.
Let's not fight. Let's not fight.
I ain't fighting. This is my platform, dear.
Okay, I understand that. But
okay, so ma'am, sounds like you're gonna start trolling when people don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
get on
troll.
camera.
I'm not gonna troll.
Usually people who do that are lying tethers, and they're gonna just start lying and trolling. It always happens. Most FBA sisters hop on camera. They don't trip. Where are you from, Hillary?
Well, I live in Brooklyn. My parents are from the West Indies,
Right. Caribbean. What part of the Caribbean?
Jamaica.
Got it. All right. What's on your mind, Hillary?
So I want to know what is the purpose of the FBA movement?
What's the purpose? Well, y'all have the Caribbean Day Parade in Brooklyn every year.
Now you have the African American Day Parade in New York every year.
Yeah, and there's a lot of non-FBAs who go there, so it doesn't fully represent.
I've never been there a day in my life, sir.
I didn't ask
I just
you.
want
that,
to.
man.
I just want to know. Does that answer what this movement
I'm
is
answering.
about?
We're answering. Your question is being answered now.
Okay, good.
You celebrate your history in Brooklyn at the Caribbean Day Parade. What's the purpose of that?
So you're gonna answer a question with a question?
I'm going to answer
Why
it
is it
with
that it's so
logic.
hard? Why is it so hard for you guys to just break down what your movement is about?
I'm telling you, we're celebrating our lineage the same way you celebrate yours. That's the answer. That's not hard. It's simple, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. So you could have just said that.
Did say that, but why are you so
No,
defensive about our
you
lineage?
asked me about the Labor Day parade.
Why are you so defensive about our lineage?
How am I defensive? I'm just asking a question.
You came in defensive. Why? What's the purpose of the FBA movement?
No, I genuinely want to know because I think that people are misrepresenting it. So I'm coming to the source, you know?
There's 43 million foundational Black Americans, ma'am. You can go to any foundational Black American.
So like what? So your purpose is to like celebrate y'all?
To respect our history and our lineage and our ancestors. We're just showing respect to them while we're on our homeland, which is what everybody does.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem.
So what's so okay? So yeah,
I just feel like you know why are y'all disrespected? Okay, let me
why y'all?
I just said that's why I said let me rephrase this.
Yeah, let's
why does
rephrase
this?
that.
Yeah, why does it seem like this group is like to?
Yeah, she could pass for a Dominican or a Trinidadian. Yeah, because she said she's from Brooklyn or Bronx. Yeah, it's their cultures is pretty weird. Who's it? Didn't blow anything, and the reason why slave states were so impoverished compared to the northern. Give me a second, we got a troll. Sorry, everyone. I had to tell a white supremacist to put the meth pipe down. You know, I'm gonna say this. People like her, and this is why I always explain to this is why I always explain to the Black diaspora and the brown people that this is why you have to police your people, because she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. You know, like, we're gonna keep on listening, but
And so other people while you celebrate yourself, why it doesn't just seem like a genuine thing about
You mean like
yourself?
Jamaicans do, like y'all West Indians do?
How is
Y'all
that?
do that. Y'all come over here talking about stay away from them Yanks. Don't be like them Yanks. When you drive a cab, don't pick them Yanks up. Caribbeans, many of them have a very hostile disposition towards us, and they always have. There's been articles coming out all the way back in the 1960s saying how a lot of Caribbeans would be up in New York denigrating native-born Black Americans. They've been doing this for decades, and it's very well known. Y'all just make a lot of excuses for it.
So basically, you guys are crybabies because everybody does that. The Asian family does it. The Hispanic family does it, and now you guys
We're
just like
crybabies,
it seems
but you
so.
called me crying though. So we're all crybabies. Like
I'm
you
gonna
too.
say this right here where she messed up, and I'm just taking notes, everybody. So don't think I'm just doing something different. I'm taking notes. What she's doing is she's deflecting and she's trying to gaslight, you know, and a lot of people do that. So I wouldn't take her too serious. As Tariq Nasheed said, like, yo, what won't you jump on camera? And when she said no, this is when she was like, oh, yo, this is where she starts to troll, you know, and she's gonna get passive aggressive sooner or later, you know. It always leads into that. The gaslighting leads into the passive aggressiveness. We'll see. Watch.
Right? You're crying to me right
I'm
now.
not crying. I'm trying to.
Yes,
I'm
you
trying to
are.
understand. No, I'm not.
You just said if you
Asking
complain
what's
about
your purpose?
you are contradicting yourself. You're being a crybaby based on your own
How am I
definition,
being a
beloved.
crybaby?
Because you just said if you
Y'all
complain
made
about
a
a
whole
group,
group to
if
hate on
you
immigrants, bro.
if you
It's not me.
say,
I didn't make the
don't
group.
talk over me.
Sorry.
Told you she's getting passive aggressive now. This is where this passive aggressiveness comes from. So let's keep on going.
Sir.
Don't do that. I'm not. No, you don't have to talk over me. I'm gonna let you talk. But you just said if we complain about other groups denigrating us, we're crybabies. That's what you're doing. So we're all crybabies, huh?
You guys are crybabies. Y'all talking about, oh, Jamaicans did this, they did that. Y'all had to literally start a group because of it. Like, y'all are that hurt. And it's
Start a
like
group?
this group, right? It's just
Yeah,
like,
just
it sounds
because,
like a
okay, ma'am,
bunch of people that's so hurt.
just because you
I don't
make
think
believe,
it's,
you can't talk over me.
but I wasn't
Yeah,
done my statement.
43 million people ain't a group we started. We didn't start a group. There's no group. We're talking about a lineage, sweetie. Foundational Black American is 43 million plus people. We didn't start a group. We've been here for centuries. So you making up a fake
This
group
group
and
yes, it just came about, man.
no, it didn't.
Y'all were just Black Americans. It was never no FBAs growing up. Y'all
Same
just
thing.
started it. It
There
was
was no
founded in
African Americans.
2019.
There
It was
was no
founded.
African Americans
It was.
growing
It
up.
was.
No, it
It was.
wasn't. Wasn't no African Americans, ma'am. It's a different label for an old group. And you can't do nothing about that. You lying don't change it, dear. You think
What
you're
am I
gonna
trying to
lie?
do? What
Yeah.
are you insinuating? I'm trying to change that?
Yeah, you trying to reframe our lineage, talking about it's a group that just got started. That's you
It
trying to cope,
is.
ma'am. No, that's you. What, ma'am? You lying don't change delineation. Delineation is here, baby. We're delineated. It's already
I
it's
think
done.
you guys should be delineated.
We've already done, dear. So
Yeah.
what? How does that feel? What you make believe there's a fake group somewhere? How does that work for you? How's
Not
that work?
understand.
I'm
I
saying
make believing there's a
because
group.
a lot of
I give him money from time to time. I don't give him like I'm not giving him like $100 $200. I'm giving him like $5 $10. That's it. Like what y'all give me? Y'all give me $5 $10, $25 $50. That's why I do the same thing with Tariq and other shows and stuff. I was gonna give what's my man's name? Omega some dough, but I didn't get. I had to go to work. I had to go to sleep. I was getting tired and everything, but I'm gonna give him some dough because he got good content. I'm paying him for his content. You know, I'm not just paying him because he's FBA. You know, you pay for the content. The content is good. You know, so it's we can't get mad when somebody gets paid. You know. And Shabaka needs to know that when Dr. Umar was getting all that fucking money and scamming niggas, we didn't hear shit from Shabaka. Shabaka said, "Oh, yo, we just don't understand." That's what he said.
Tether sit up and talk about a group. It's just a group that just got started.
It
And
is.
millions of no. I mean, you can
It
lie until you blow in the
literally
face.
is. It literally is.
What are the
It was founded
criteria?
in 2019.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It
I
wasn't
grew up.
founded.
Listen, I lived
No,
in
it
America
wasn't.
my whole life, and I never heard of FBA till like
Yeah,
last year.
because
Because y'all
right,
made it
because
up.
it's a new term for an old
So why you
people.
not? Yeah, not now. It's a new term.
You don't.
It's a
I know
new
you don't know
group.
how lineages work. African American was just utilized in the late 80s, ma'am. Our people growing up and our ancestors didn't call themselves African American, so your argument collapses on itself, dear.
It's not an argument. It's not an
Yeah, it is
argument.
kind
It's
of an
not an
argument.
argument. It's
Yeah,
not.
you're right. It's a
It,
lie. Because your
you
lie
just you.
collapses. Your lie
Yes.
is collapsing on
Oh my
itself.
God.
You're trying to say that if
You're a cult leader.
by your logic, no, stop. You're trying to troll. That doesn't bother me because what happens when y'all tethers start lying, that makes people want to delineate more. You
I think
see?
you guys should delineate though.
Whoa,
Right.
whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you mean? Tariq Nasheed is foundational Black American. So how isn't his children? Shabaka, don't start that shit. Targeting people's kids. I'm gonna tell you that one time. Next time I'm gonna put you in timeout for 30 minutes. You know how I get about targeting people's kids and shit like that. You know.
And we
I
are.
think
So
you
why are you
want you.
whining
I think
about it? So
you
so
know
why
the
are
thing
you
is.
whining about it? So
No,
why are
I
you
think
whining about it? Because we're not harming you. We're not even thinking about you, to be honest. In fact, we doing our
you
thing.
guys are. You guys are
What?
walking around talking about immigrants every day and how that we stole stuff from y'all and
Well,
y'all
no,
did.
y'all
We
stay
took
in our
your
midst all the time, sweetie.
opportunities.
You
No,
stay
we
in our midst
don't.
all the
We
time.
don't.
Y'all don't stay
We
in
don't.
y'all. You ain't in Jamaica. You don't stay in your business. Y'all in our business all the time, and we
We
don't want
not
you
in your.
representing us. Yes, you are. We don't want you
First of all,
representing.
y'all
No,
they
no,
literally
no, no, no,
start
no, no,
panels
no, no,
on
no, no, no,
TikTok
ma'am,
harassing
ma'am.
West immigrants, bro.
Nobody's
Yes,
harassing
they
you.
do. Come on, I
Nobody's
just came from there.
y'all tethers out here talking about harming us, and that's
Harming
a
you how?
problem.
What
A
is there
lot
to
of you
harm about
tethers,
y'all?
a lot of you tethers are talking about carrying out acts of violence on us. So yeah, that's a problem.
You being a victim?
No, I'm not. We're not gonna let you
You being
victimize
scared?
us. Well, I'm scared of y'all must. Y'all are very musty, and y'all are very scary with your must.
And
But
y'all very
a lot
ghetto.
of you
So what's the
tethers, a lot
difference?
ghetto, ma'am. You from a
Yeah,
shanty town.
ghetto.
A shanty town, ma'am. You from a
Yeah,
shanty town.
whatever.
You from a failed homeland. You ain't in your
Yeah.
parents' homeland.
I'm
You
I'm
you
in
you over here
your
with
I'm in
us.
your
You over
homeland
here
that
with
you
us.
didn't get your reparations from.
Yeah, that's why
So
we're getting
that's
you,
what you
you
need
tethers
to
out the
worry
mix.
about.
We're
You need
getting
to
you tethers
actually
out the
have a
mix, man.
purpose in this movement you're having.
We
You have
we
no
got that,
purpose.
ma'am. We don't get advice from failed fleeing tethers. You're a failed fleeing tether. You couldn't cut it in your homeland. Why would we get advice from you?
Because we doing better in your homeland. That's why. How? That you
Driving
had to
Uber?
make a group
Driving Uber?
harassing people.
Driving Uber? Doing better how?
Driving Uber? Are you
Yeah.
being like that's
Yeah,
what
driving Uber.
what
You
about
ain't
the
balling out.
doctors? What
You ain't
about the
doing
doctors
nothing.
here? What about
How
all the
you couldn't do the
nurses?
ma'am,
Y'all not the
fake
ones that's
degrees? You mean
populating the
fake
nurse
degrees?
industry right
Fake
now.
degree? The head of fake
Yeah,
degrees
let's
and
talk
fake doctor?
facts.
Yeah,
Let's talk.
fake degrees. Yeah, let's
I will say this about Africans and Caribbeans. Those degrees don't work in America. They have to retake everything over. So Tariq Nasheed is right about that. Those shits is fake degrees because those degrees don't work here.
talk
What
about it. Y'all
fake
lead in
degrees?
you
What
lead in
fake
fake
degrees?
degrees. Y'all
What
lead
fake
in fake.
degrees?
Don't repeat the same thing. You heard what I said. Y'all lead in fake degrees. Y'all lead in fake nursing degrees. You lead in fake doctorate degrees. You lead in fake diplomas. Yes, fake degrees. That's what you lead in, ma'am.
So why you ain't get one instead of crying and making
We
a
don't
group?
do that. We don't do that. No,
Yeah,
no, no,
y'all
no.
just sit,
We stand up. We're not because
just sit around and cry.
scamming and stealing ain't a normal thing for us. We
Y'all
don't
go
like doing that. No, 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 no. In your
and
culture,
make Bloods and
in your
Crips.
culture,
That's what.
being a lying, scamming thief is a positive. That's looked down upon. Family, y'all notice how these tethers, when we point out all they scams, well, how come y'all ain't scamming too?
That's crazy.
Scamming is the way to go. Them Somalis think the same way.
Y'all
That's why you failed in your homeland,
populate
and that's
all
why
the
we
jails.
delineated. That's why we
I don't want to
delineated that scamming
makes
mindset that you're trying to
makes
project onto us because y'all want to make us a third world society like you was, and that's why you had to flee. We don't do that. We have a trust factor. We can stand on business. We have the conversation about being word is bond. Word is bond is something that comes from us. Being a man, being a woman about what you do. You ain't got to scam, steal, lie, and do all types of degenerate finessing all the time, ma'am. That's not how a normal
Why do
society
you with
works,
the beard
beloved.
on
That's
mainstream?
why we're delineating. You understand?
I'll say this to the hunters. I think they put that on show thinking it was a come up and think they were gonna toot us our horns, but fucked up because at the end of the day, not understanding that like, yo, they're ostracizing other people, not understanding that they might have to actually end up having to pay reparations. You know, that's just what I think about it. Yeah, I think that they I don't think they thought that thing all the way through. So it was a gift and a curse to them.
Can I respond now?
Go ahead, Miss Hillary Banks.
Thank you. You forgot the X, Hillary X Banks.
Yeah,
But
which is a
anyways,
foundational Black American character that y'all love trying to tether on. Y'all
It's
tether
a
on us
fake
all the
character.
time.
You want a
I
fake
know that.
character
It's
too.
based on a
You want a
foundational Black
fake
American
character
character.
too.
Y'all stay
You want a
tethering, but
fake
go ahead.
character.
Go ahead. Go ahead. That's
Now you
tethering.
acting like y'all above scamming and doing bad things, bro.
That
Y'all populating
we
the
don't
whole jail
celebrate that.
system.
We don't
Instead of using it
celebrate
for
that. No, no,
something
no, no,
good,
no.
y'all just go to jail
It's
for
looked
free.
down upon. Yeah, we have scammers, but they're looked
All
down
right,
upon. We look down upon them. Y'all don't
why
look
you
down upon
muting
your
me?
scammers.
Why
Y'all
you
look up
muting
to them. Y'all think scamming is
Why
normal. Y'all pop your collar to each other based on your scams. Lying is normal. You teach each other to lie. That's how y'all get green cards and you flee all over the place. Lying is normal with you people. That's why I knew you were going to start lying when you came in. I already knew you were going to be on some lying shit. I knew it. Y'all like clockwork. Y'all
I knew you was
predictable
gonna
at this point.
silence me. You said you wasn't gonna
No, no,
silence
no, because you're not going to talk over me.
you.
No, we're not going to do that because y'all like to do that. Y'all just start talking. That's what liars do. They lie and then try to talk real fast and talk loud so the truth won't be revealed. We slow things down here, ma'am. We don't just let lies fly. We check them. Go ahead.
I just think y'all should just delineate yourselves already.
We've
man.
already done it, dear, and that's why you're
Right.
mad at butthurt. We've
I'm not
already done it.
mad. How you gonna tell
Yes,
me I'm
you are.
mad? You're
You are.
Yeah, that was a great question too, Tether Hunter. I also want to say this too. I don't think they thought it through. That's why they try to get rid of that. But there was you got to understand. People don't have to worry about, oh yo, you know what? I still got it on the back drive. People got to understand that there's like, if you put a video out and people are watching that video, there's going to be thousands of those videos out there. So even though that you deleted it, there's going to be thousands more videos because there's millions of people watching. You know, so that's where they messed up at, because it's not going to leave the system. Nobody, put it this way, if they even copy strike it, you know how many people are going to keep on putting that video up? Especially conspiracy theorists. You know, ABC took the FBA shit down because they found out FBA is a hate. No, that's not necessarily true, because you know how many hate groups that ABC had up? The people that they have interviewed, like, come on, don't push that false narrative, Shabaka. It's not that, you know. They just knew that they fucked up because these people are talking about reparations. That's why. If it put it this way, Shabaka, if it wasn't about reparations, they would have kept it up. If their goal and what they've been talking about reparations, they would have never put it up. Especially, that's a liberal station, and they don't support Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris hasn't gave shit to Black Americans, and they're saying that. They're telling everybody that, yo, these Democrats haven't gave us shit, and that's a liberal radio station. They're gonna say, yo, let's get these niggas off. They're gonna be a problem in the future. That's what they were saying, Shabaka. It has nothing to do about no hate crime. You know how many hateful niggas they had on ABC? Like, come on, let's not do that.
You're whining to me.
You're gaslighting.
You're whining to me.
You're gaslighting.
We've already
You're
delineated.
gaslighting. You're gaslighting.
And now you ass out. That's what you mad at, because now you got to stand on your own and you ain't got nothing to stand on. Hillary.
I I
Talk
gotta
to me,
stand on
Blaze.
my own. You really think y'all did something?
You ain't
What
doing
you
nothing.
did? What you did?
Nothing.
Exactly. You did nothing, and now you're
Made a
bragging
place
about
for you
doing.
to flee to. We made a place for you to flee to. That's why
You
you
don't
here.
even hold no weight in the place you quote.
We do, man. We are the culture here. Yes,
Have
we
nothing.
do. We are the culture here, man.
You use our.
We
you
use
other
what?
people culture.
Who?
Y'all.
What culture?
Everything about
Name it. Name what? Whose culture we use?
Bro, y'all done stole braids from Africans and y'all trying to
Ma'am, if you don't get the hell out of here,
No, let
their
me
braids
speak.
don't look like ours. Braids have been around for millions of years, ma'am. If
Y'all
you don't
still go to
stop, and their braids don't look
for braids. Y'all still go to
because
the
of the price. Because of the price, yeah,
Yes,
they do the price. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
get a
whatever.
good deal.
They taught y'all about braids.
Yeah,
You
no. Because it's 10 of them working on your
Hey.
hair, and they'll work for $3 each. So
I'm gonna even add a little bit more to the hunter. And you know what? And a lot of these other people on the audience will explain it as well too. I want to even say this. They made it the way how they broke that the story down on ABC was crazy. You know, they made it look so great where they wasn't supposed to. If anything, they were supposed to, discredit it. ABC is really known for ABC and NBC is known for discrediting a lot of people. But they fucked up and didn't do what they were supposed to do. So yeah. You are right.
we'll get that.
They hold themselves high. They hold themselves on a high pedestal, but they screwed up when they did that.
Deal. Yeah, we'll get that. It's a price thing, sweetie, not a culture thing. We're gonna go for the
You
best
didn't
price.
have braids till Africans got here, sir.
If you don't stop, ma'am,
Cite your source that you
people
did.
have been having braids for millions of years. Ma'am,
Yeah, look at
that's
you.
a reach. That is a reach.
All right,
beloved.
so prove it.
Your lie just
can't.
proved that. Braids have been around, ma'am.
Prove
There's indigenous people that they done dug up that has braids. Ma'am, they dug up a damn indigenous woman down in South America who had braids from 5,000 years ago. Braids have been around for the longest. If you don't stop, braids
You're a
have always
con
been
artist,
around.
bro. You're a con artist.
Ma'am, stop
Just
it.
because you say it, don't make it.
What? No, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Tyreek.
Yeah.
Told you the passive aggressiveness comes out, man. When that passive aggressiveness comes out, that's when there's a problem. We're gonna go on to the next one. Next one's a little bit shorter, but it's a little bit it's a little bit more reasonable. Reasonable.
Called Foundational Black American.
Yeah.
What is that about? Because I feel like that's pure division. If I'm not gonna.
It is. But I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. This is what it is. There were too many black people from outside Africa, from outside America, going to America and playing the ass.
Not only did she not like Foundational Black, she wished everybody a happy Black American History Month, except Foundational Black Americans.
Happy Black History Month to everyone except the Foundational Black Americans. I hate you. I hate you because let's die. Ooh! If I could gather all of you in one place with a strap to my chest, you know what time it is.
Okay, I want you to conceptualize this whole month, which used to be Negro, I think it was Negro History Month is what they called it. That's what it used to be, Negro History Month. Well, nevertheless, she decided to get her extra caloric self on the internet.
And what it is African Americans spotted this and spotted that there's a consistent pattern. Black Caribbeans, black people from Africa going to America and being the arse. And what the FBA agenda is putting up a wall and saying, no, you guys can't be a part of this if you're going to be on that train.
I mean, what could have possibly happened in her life that now she want to straight go, take everybody? I mean, now she probably got the FBI visiting the house and everything.
Genuinely, what I was speaking out against was the xenophobia that is in the foundational Black American community. If you identify with that foundational Black title, even though it is a lineage, it is a title. If you identify with it, more often than not, you have heard or used xenophobic rhetoric. I use xenophobic rhetoric out of anger. They just use xenophobic rhetoric because it's a normal day in Queens.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around. Everybody take a look. The chickens have definitely come home to roost. The young lady who's making those threats, she lost her job and now she's online, backsliding, backpedaling, and trying to justify her actions. The funny part is though that she absolutely said she uses xenophobic rhetoric when she's angry, but she feels like other people using xenophobic rhetoric aren't angry. Amazing, isn't it? Accountability is kryptonite, even on the continent. You dig?
So, I completely understand where the anger could have come from, especially when they're chopping and screwing bits and pieces to make me look divisive as f***. But in reality, I really do love my people.
Why yeah. Like savages.
The Civil Rights Bill is the reason why.
This is where things get funny, and because I always tell people all the time, you have to explain the xenophobic. What is xenophobic of what Tariq Nasheed saying? What is xenophobic what I'm saying? You know how many times I have been called xenophobic because I didn't agree with somebody? And this is, I'm going to say this. The reason why like people like Shabaka say, oh yeah, you're using white supremacist ideology is because you're trying to control what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say what the white supremacist is doing is wrong, right, because clearly the shit's wrong. But white supremacists always wants to jump on the black train when it benefits them. Just as the Caribbeans, the Africans, the Latinos, they always want to benefit off of the black train. So this is what these white supremacists are doing, and it's not working. And all of them are losing their jobs, and you deserve to lose your job. I'm going to be personally honest. A lot of y'all niggas deserve to lose your job saying stupid shit like that.
Our parents got to come over here.
That's true.
1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist sons on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But you know, Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him.
Right. Yeah.
So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. Mm-hmm. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational black, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like shit, right, being hung, lynched, Jim Crow. Right. From slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. They've been, black people have fought in every single war, and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes. Right.
You know, it's quite interesting that, and this is like, we have to frame this that it's not like a diaspora war. It's more of an education. And I'm glad that Godfrey's doing this, because Godfrey is notoriously a Nigerian American. He's proud to be Nigerian American. He, you know, his comedy revolves around being a Nigerian American in much regards. But it's important for us to really point out the historical significance that Black Americans paved the way for the immigrants to actually come here. And so we find it quite intellectually dishonest when you talk to certain immigrants and they don't understand that the civil rights movement paved the way for them to come here, and it wasn't a benevolent attitude of the United States government for the reason why they're here, that the United States government actually bent to the will of not even the majority of the people here, but bent to the will of, you know, the civil rights movement, bent to the will of the Black liberation movement. And that's why, in fact, that these bills were passed in, I believe, 1964.
Understand? Burning up of black towns.
Yep.
And people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it.
Black excellence.
They black excellence. They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody raped them, and they never did because a white.
And let's not forget that not only is this true, we're talking about Emmett Till, but also the lynchings and the things of that nature that people never want to talk about can be traced back to just a few years ago to Jasper, Texas.
James Byrd Jr. is considered one of the last lynching victims in the United States.
On the morning of June 7, 1998, 49-year-old Bird left his parents' residence and was walking home alone along Huff Creek Road in Jasper, Texas. He was approached by three white men, John William King, Lawrence Russell Brewer, and Sean Allen Berry, who offered him a ride home. Bird accepted. The men then drove their unsuspecting passenger to a remote area and then beat and urinated on him. They tied him by his ankles to the back of a pickup truck using log chains and dragged him until he died and his body was dismembered.
So, don't.
That's some country shit. Country, not only white people do that, black people do that shit too. Like dragging people through their car. Yeah, my uncle has done that shit. My cousin has done that to this guy who was talking to his wife. He beat the brakes off of him. But peeing on niggas and shit like that's some weird white people shit. And I have to say it's some weird white people shit. Like, where you think the golden shower came from? Like, black people weren't doing no shit like that, and that's why I was like, yeah, it's a weird thing. Like Tariq, like this is why Tariq Nasheed is always putting out these messages like, yo, we don't fuck with nobody. Cause you say that, we use white supremacy. No, nigga, we don't use white supremacy. Only time is white supremacy is when we big up in our people. And I think that's the problem towards a lot of immigrants because Black Americans is big up in their people. Give me a second. But yeah, I think that was the biggest problem for Black Americans, is that we're not uniting with everybody. We're just doing shit ourselves. And that's not even a black problem. That's an immigrant problem. Because they're going to have to figure it out themselves. They're so used to having Big Brother help them that it's a wrap.
Let's not talk about this and frame this these things happening like 60, 70, 80 years ago. Let's frame these lynchings of happening in Jasper, Texas in the 90s or the 2000s with Mr. Bird.
White woman lie. Mm-hmm. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity, but you imagine, just like colonization in Africa, but imagine everywhere you go, someone is running you out of town.
Interesting.
Someone's trying to kill your son from going to school. Mm-hmm. So it's that African Americans see opportunities, but the way the ghettos, first of all, you know where the work.
And just before we get to the next segment, I always say this. I always tell people, listen, I don't need you to like do anything for me. Just when you walk through the door, don't lock it behind you. And I want a lot of the immigrants who come here to understand that when African Americans walk through the door, when Black Americans walk through the door, we didn't lock the door behind us. So we didn't say, okay, give us our rights and screw you guys. We don't want them here. We don't want them here. We don't want them here. And this attitude of inclusion has been in a lot of ways to our downfall. In a lot of ways, it's been against us because these immigrants came here, and not besmirching them, not saying that they're horrible people, but maybe they're just ignorant and don't understand the historical significance of what was done basically in their favor.
So I have a problem with what he just said. And the reason why I say I have a problem with it, because let's stop acting like we don't know what these Africans are saying, or these Africans don't get it. They get it. They get it. They just want to be seen out to the situation so they don't have to own no accountability. It has always been like that because white people do the same shit. Oh, I didn't know it was like that. So now we're doing that. And this is where I have a problem with Dr. Umar, because Dr. Umar does the same shit with Africans and Caribbeans. Oh, maybe they don't know. Nigga, they know. How long have they been in America for? They've been in America for almost 50, 60 years. What the fuck you mean they don't know? That's my problem. That's what my problem is with Shabaka, Dr. Umar, some of these people who be defending that. No, I'm not defending them because you know what? They understand. They know. They know what they're doing. Then after that, they're going to be like, yo, I didn't know I was scamming. We do this in our country. No, nigga, you knew. Like, come on, let's stop doing this.
Because they're allowed to immigrate to this country and have a green card and have a full set of rights and not just be a student and not just be a servant, right? So I don't think they don't understand like what happened. And so yeah, it was not to our betterment in a lot of ways, but we do live by the motto of like we don't want to close the door behind us and lock the door. We're okay with other folks coming in.
Where ghetto comes from, right? It's an Italian word. Okay. And it was the island of Ghetto in Venice where they kept Jewish people. That's where ghetto comes from. They kept Jews on the island of Ghetto in Venice, kept them there like a ghetto. And then it transferred over to America because everybody was in the ghettos at one time. Right. Italians, Irish, and every black person wasn't a slave. There were black people that were here in America already.
Oh, that's going to make them mad, Godfrey.
There were no Indians here when Christopher Columbus got here. There were people from Africa who had been here for over 10,000 years before Christopher Columbus was born. It's time for us to teach our children the truth.
I know
Shabaka, now your white master is saying that. Your white master is saying that there was already Africans already here. You know, so it's going to fuck you up, man.
That's going to make them mad because let me tell you something. The number one thing that people love to just drop on any black American is that you guys should be lucky you're here because of slavery. And when Godfrey starts talking these facts, and it is backed up by some significant evidence, people don't like it, but we don't care.
Descendant of slaves, we were already here. You know that black people were already here. Black people already traveled it. Yeah. Like in this all over the world. We were already our black presence is everywhere. Yeah. Mexico, go to Mexico. You see black Oaxaca, Mexico. 200,000 Africans there's black Mexicans in Oaxaca.
You know, it's interesting because when I was visiting Oaxaca, there's a lot of they live on la costa, so the black folks live on the coast. They're fishermen. They have songs about them in Mexico. It's very interesting. So one thing I will say is that the Afro-Mexicanos are about 4%. They have a long history, and you know, Oaxaca, Guerrero, Puebla, there are some of those folks there. All right, let's go.
All of them can be affected by this. There's always got to be certain people who rise above it, regardless of what the situation is. It's just the natural nature thing. Weeds grow through gardens, you name it. Why do you think it is that a country like Jamaica or Africa, where they too have had their deprivations, had their colonialism, had their slavery, why do they go somewhere and tend to excel amongst people who also have gone through it?
Because you're not comparing like with like, that's why.
Exactly.
A lot of us think we are comparing like with like. You're not.
Why are black Africans doing way better than African Americans?
Because it's not race. It's not race. The people that are willing to cross the Atlantic Ocean, you're already selecting for a hyper. Do you think poor people from Kenya are coming to the United States?
They are.
You think poor? No, they're not. Dude, Nigerians in the United States are the highest immigrant group of PhDs. More than white people, more than Chinese people, more than anybody else. Some of your most highly educated groups of people in the United States are people from Kenya, are people from Nigeria. The experience of an African immigrant in the United States is way different than the experience of an African American. If you're an African immigrant, you might as well be white or European.
What?
Yes.
Let me explain. Generally speaking, Caribbeans in America, not the ones in the Caribbean, but the ones in America, will represent the top 10%.
I see.
So if you're really going to compare like with like, you have to compare the top 10% of Caribbeans with the top 10% of African Americans.
Okay.
And when you compare the two, the African Americans are slaughtering us, bro. Nope.
Exactly. And you know, this gentleman's framing it a lot better than I have before. But what I'm saying is that whenever we come into these comparisons and we say, well, look, they come over here and they do this and they do that, and you guys are all stuck in the ghetto, even though 51% of us, 52% of us, 54% of us by some counts are in the middle class, so basically not in the ghetto. But you have to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. And what I mean is that don't take the top 10% from this community and put them up against a high school dropout in this community and say, why isn't there a parallel and an understanding here and an equilibrium here? Take the top 10% from each community and compare them. Let's see who does better. And I'm telling you, the only way that Black Americans are outperformed when you do that, talking about other folks from the diaspora and Black America, is with marriage percentage and how many people get married and stay married.
Oh, it's not even close. It's a massacre. But what it is we compare the top 10% with your average African American. You're not comparing like with like. And if you compare your average African American, you're 51, you've got 1 to 100 and Mr. number 51. Number 51 is rich.
So I'm gonna say this. Let me put this up here because it looks like I'm sleeping. Jesus Christ. It looks like I have been saying that for a very long time. I told Kwame this. I was like, yo, you got to put your greatness against your greatness. You don't put your trash ass niggas who ain't doing shit with your greatness, because then after that, you're just going to look good. Ain't none of y'all ain't doing no better than Black Americans. We're doing 3 times, maybe even 4 times better than y'all. So yeah, it comes with the territory of, being great, so yeah. He is right. I forgot where this guy's from. And shout out to him. He was in the he was actually in Hidden Colors. I forgot which ones, but he was in Hidden Colors.
Is putting up a wall and saying, no, you guys can't be a part of this if you're gonna be on that train.
I mean, what could have possibly happened in her life that now she want to straight go, take everybody? I mean, now she probably got the FBI visiting the house and everything.
Genuinely, what I was speaking out against was the xenophobia that is in the foundational Black American community. If you identify with that foundational Black title, even though it is a lineage, it is a title. If you identify with it, more often than not, you have heard or used xenophobic rhetoric. I use xenophobic rhetoric out of anger. They just use xenophobic rhetoric because it's a normal day in Queens.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around. Everybody take a look. The chickens have definitely come home to roost. The young lady who's making those threats, she lost her job and now she's online, backsliding, backpedaling, and trying to justify her actions. The funny part is, though, that she absolutely said she uses xenophobic rhetoric when she's angry, but she feels like other people using xenophobic rhetoric aren't angry. Amazing, isn't it? Accountability is kryptonite, even on the continent. You dig?
So, I completely understand where the anger could have come from, especially when they're chopping and screwing bits and pieces to make me look divisive as f***. But in reality, I really do love my people. Why
Polite savage.
Oh, we already watched this. I'm sorry.
Civil rights.
Significance of what was done on La Costa, so the Black folks live on a coast.
More than white.
Going to compare like with like. You have to compare the top 10% of Caribbeans with the top 10% of African Americans.
Okay.
And when you compare the two, the African Americans are slaughtering us, bro.
Exactly. And this gentleman's framing it a lot better than I have before. But what I'm saying is that whenever we come into these comparisons and we say, well, look, they come over here and they do this and they do that, and you guys are all stuck in the ghetto, even though 51% of us, 52% of us, 54% of us by some counts are in the middle class, so basically not in the ghetto. But you have to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. And what I mean is that don't take the top 10% from this community and put them up against a high school dropout in this community and say, why isn't there a parallel and an understanding here and an equilibrium here? Take the top 10% from each community and compare.
Average African American, you're 51, you've got 1 to 100 and Mr. number 51. Number 51 is richer by a factor of 20 than your average Jamaican. Do you see? So what happens is it's a perception thing. Now let's be clear. We can all point to people from outside America. Go to America and rise. Yeah. Colin Powell did that. Kamala Davy Harris has done that. Whatever. But you can't pretend that's typical.
Exactly.
Do you see?
Yeah.
But what happens is because we live in a world.
Do you think this guy is actually exposing Africans and Caribbeans right now? Because we can say that like most of them aren't really doing good. There's only a percentage of them. So yeah, that's what that man said. Makes sense. Now I see the ethnic group increased. Yeah. It always Chada Hunter, it always has been there, but the thing about it is that a lot of us is paying attention to what's actually going on in this paying attention to what's going on in this world right now. So any little thing that happens, we're gonna see. Shabaki, you spelled disconnect wrong. You forgot an N. I'm just saying. I know you trying to spell disconnect, so yeah. There's no disconnect over 100,000 blacks returning. Shabaka, you're nuts, man.
Where people don't really have full pictures.
Black American.
You can take the exception, use that to smack around African Americans' faces. You know, this guy just got off the boat. He's doing better than you. Not realizing, but for my man to have got on the boat in the first place, he wasn't typical of the country that he was coming from.
I'm not saying that, we should close the door and lock it behind us. Only thing I'm saying is that please understand when you come here who went through the door. We don't have to frame this as a war. We don't have to frame this as a back and forth, but delineation is imperative, and it's imperative for this simple reason. I have friends from Jamaica. Great guys, love to talk to them. A matter of fact, look forward to our conversations, look forward to the brotherhood and fellowship with them. A different culture, but still good people. I have friends from Africa, Nigeria, whatever. I've been all over the world. I talk to people all over the world. But one thing for certain that I'm going to tell you, the most important thing is when people go to my homeboy and they say, hey, bro, where are you from? And he says Jamaica. Nobody says anything else. Jamaica is a great answer. But when somebody comes to a black American, and they say where you're from, and we say American, they have a problem with it. And that is the issue. They have a problem with it. They don't have to have a problem with it, but they choose to because deep down, they don't want to admit that we're here, we've been here, and we ain't going nowhere. There you go. Thank you for watching the Tip Network.
So he is right about that. A lot of people are crashing out, and sometimes I always tell people, just have a straight conversation. It's just, you got to be an adult for certain things. I do want to play this one tomorrow. You know what? I'm going to play this one tomorrow. And the reason why I'm going to play this one tomorrow, just hear me out. So tomorrow we will be talking about is Dr. Umar out of touch with the black community? So I want to play that video tomorrow. And I apologize for anybody who wanted to actually see that video. It'll be on tomorrow. I'll be here. What time? Let's see. 4:30. I'll be here 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. So it's because I gotta go to I got wrestling on Saturday, so I've been trying to do the 4:30 joint. And we'll be done by like 11, 4:30 to probably 11:30, 4:30 to 10, if anything. So like 5-6 hours. Outlander. I'm gonna say this, and this is just how I feel. A lot of the stuff that we do talk about, like fixing Africa, I don't think can be fixed. The reason why I believe that it cannot be fixed, and this is why I just came up when I was writing. it might take more than just being fixed. I think Black Americans will have to actually achieve everything that they need to get to even fix what's going on in Africa and the Caribbeans. It's not like we're gonna leave y'all hanging, because whenever we seen anything wrong happen, and we always have said anything. But I feel like Africans, Caribbeans, and even certain people burned their bridges where they felt entitled. And a lot of this entitlement comes from cultural differences and tribalism. It has always came from there. It's just we haven't said anything. We always did the morally high road thing, as what's that fat half breed said, take the morally high road. We have been always doing that. It's just sometimes you get tired of taking our morally high road. Dr. King was tired of taking the morally high road. That's why he got popped in the neck, or in the face. He got shot somewhere, but I think the nigga got Charlie Kirked. But also, yep, that's another thing, Robin. What have happened was, even when we did try to work together, sabotage happened. Niggas was doing it for crumbs and left their people and our people. So it comes to a point in 2020, 2019, where we had to say, like, yo, you got to do it yourself. When people were even saying that, like, yo, Black Americans, Black Americans can't defend themselves. They're weak in America. And what did we do? We got busy in Montgomery. We got busy in Mississippi, Ohio. We got busy in California. That's why, they pick who they wanted. They pick and choose who they want to fight. That's what you call a fucking bully. We don't bully over here. We get busy when we have to get busy. Look how niggas, and the thing about, look how many niggas had guns in Ohio. Niggas out here with their guns because these neo-Nazis want to run around here with their racist flags. Niggas got their guns real fast. They got busy out here. Niggas sucker punched a black was that older black man? Yo, we had a little nigga swimming, whoop 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 whoop, over there just to help nigga. Threw his hat. Niggas got off that fucking boat and got busy. What's going on, Osto Gray? Niggas got busy. Why are you lying? We did get busy. What are you talking about? Educated African Americans did that. You niggas in your what the fuck? Black Snow Bunny King. Reread that over again and rewrite it. Why are you lying? Because Bronze Reaper educated African Americans did that. You niggas. Yo, rewrite that over Black Snow Bunny King. I don't know what you're trying to say. You know what? And I'm gonna put that on the screen, my nigga, because I don't know what that said. If anybody can break that down, what this man was trying to say, please let me know. But yeah, we get busy out here. Like, this is where the resilience come from. This is why we are the kings and queens of resilience. And we don't just comply. We don't just say, "Oh, yo, we'll do it." Yeah. No, there was a war happening with slavery. It wasn't just, oh yeah, niggas was just picking cotton and fixing houses and shit and just getting fucked. No, niggas was killing slave masters. Them niggas was losing money. Let me ask you a question. You think Abraham Lincoln really wanted to free the slaves? No, absolutely not. He didn't give a fuck about it. It's just he had to, because it was just costing too much money for America. Especially when you have to send the military after niggas. Yes, you have to send the military to the South. So yes, there was a problem. There was a situation. So what you expect? Not everybody's gonna have that resilience. What the fuck is he? I told you that nigga was on meth. Y'all thought I was joking when I was saying that nigga was on meth. I don't know what the fuck Black Snow Bunny King was saying. He was like, what? But yeah, niggas was out there getting busy, man. We always have been getting busy. But yeah, it's like I said, I don't think this could be fixed, and the reason why it can't be fixed is because the immigrants has caused too much damage. Then we have, and the thing about it, when we're seeing it, people are telling us this isn't happening. You know, that's just you're just trying to shit in my coffee and telling me to drink and it's just sugar and cream. No, absolutely not, yo. Yeah, them niggas caught her out. And the thing about it, if the Civil War never happened, them niggas would have been at war anyways, regardless. Remember the show I just did, the Mosaic Dixon. Moses Dixon put 200,000 Black Americans from the South together that was gonna attack the fucking attack plantations. This would have been another Seminole War. This would have been another Seminole War. Because then after that, they're gonna have to look at it. It's like, yo, who can we trust? There's 200,000, but we still have slaves. What should we do? So now we gotta look at the whole situation where and this is just me. I apologize, everybody. How much can we really gain from being united after we already tried it for 60 years? They want us to unite again. We can't unite with y'all. Y'all want a different agenda. Y'all talking about put your money with our money. Nigga, are you fucking crazy? Y'all nigga, put it this way. The money that we make in fucking Boston, y'all don't make half that in half of these fucking countries in Africa. Why the fuck would I want to put my money with your money? You nigga, you still getting nigga y'all niggas. I'm gonna be personally honest. Y'all niggas in Africa are fighting for nigger pennies. Y'all are fighting for nigger pennies because at the end of the day, they colonized your country. Y'all still have a country to go to. We don't have a country to go to. America's our country. So at the end of the day, he said, "Why are you lying? FE is a cult. Never even practiced I did practice Pan Africanisms. You know, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Black Snow Bunny King. You know, I know it works for you, but it didn't work for me. I'm a Black American. You're from Jamaica. You come from a third world fucking country, my nigga. You come from one of the most poorest countries. It's Bangladesh and I think then Jamaica. Bangladesh, maybe Indonesia, and then your country. Like, come on, my nigga. Like, and I like Jamaica. Don't get me wrong. Jamaica's dope. I like y'all the naturalness of your country, but it's a war-torn country, you know? And I'm not saying I don't like war-torn country. I just wouldn't go to like Bangladesh or anything like that, you know? But yeah, it's pop, yeah, pop. Nothing against Imperial. Moses did nothing to fight racism. Blacks must, you know. No, Shabaka, we been united with y'all niggas. That shit doesn't work. All y'all did was y'all ran off with y'all nigga panties and told us how lazy we were. So absolutely not. I would not advise anybody to listen to Shabaka. Shabaka is a fucking liar. And I have to say that to you, Shabaka. You're a liar. You know? But I'm gonna end there. I'm gonna start giving my thanks. Give me a second, everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna start giving my thanks. All right. So I want to say thanks to Renaissance Woman 100, Shabaka 4555, Ray FBA, Convo, Fresh Always, Tether Hunter. Salute to you, Tether Hunter. I hope you're a subscriber. Gallery, Osto Gray, Dorsey, that's Dorsey, Black Snow Bunny King in Ohio. Salute. I know we had a little show today. It wasn't supposed to be too big. And we did less than 3 hours. We did like 3 hours. What did we do? Like 3 hours, I think. Yeah, I think we did like 3 hours. So I've been trying to do time management lately. So we did good today. It didn't go over 3:55. So that's for the big shows and stuff like that. But I want to thank everybody for coming on the show. I appreciate it. But the big show is tomorrow. The show is Dr. Umar out of touch with the Black community. So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. Habitual lying. So yeah, we'll be talking about that tomorrow. And again, thank y'all for coming on to the show. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always. And also thanks for everybody who sent in the donation and stuff like that. If you didn't, thank you for participating. And also don't forget to share. And I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Take care.